so we're going to rain. So you guys can start going down the line while I do that, starting with Estrella, and I'll try to give us a recap at the end.
Oh, that's a super easy one. That would be the time Kid died, because then if she forgot that, she could be happy again, not spend every single hour trying to find a way to bring her back.
What memory wouldn't June want to forget? Huh. There's a lot of bad shit. I honestly don't really know. Yeah, I actually can't think of something that she would specifically want to forget. She has a lot of memories she wants to forget, but doesn't have a specific one. So yeah, I really have no idea.
You're
wow,
very
you're
quiet.
soft.
Very quiet.
And now, if I speak like this, is it using this mic?
Slightly better.
Still quiet.
Yeah.
Can you raise his volume, maybe?
I already
Probably
have him
can.
on max.
Yeah, I'll try and figure it out. You guys carry on so long?
Then, for Elias, June, are you done?
Yeah, I can't think of a specific memory to forget for June.
For Elias, he doesn't really want to forget many bad memories or many big bad memories, like finding out his own family pretty much put a fucking kill bounty on him, because to an extent he wants to remember to get revenge, but anything he'd specifically like to remember, probably just fumbling up stupid things like missing a door handle, walking through the fucking door. And yeah, that'd be it for Elias. So Jerry?
Yeah. So the entire Kamigawa arc. I would be completely fine if it didn't happen in character, of course. Jerry has seen things he didn't want to see. He didn't need to see.
There are no gods here.
So there were no gods there, so
But nowadays, there's a god of time.
that's me.
For Sakura, like on the one hand, like the bad memories probably really shaped who she is today, but to be honest, she's not sure if she likes who she is today. So she would probably want to forget like a few. I mean, killing Iron, that was rough. Like watching your friend, like kind of friend. She saw him as a friend. He didn't see her as a friend. But like watching a friend turn to goop because of you is pretty rough for like a literal kid. Probably killing her mom. Although it was probably for the best and she was a shitty person. I mean, it was still her mom. It would have been nice if she was nicer and she got to know her, but you know, probably what happened at the theater, that was rough. That was like essentially like kind of her little brother, but not really. She was helping him out. So probably a lot of the big character deaths in the game, especially the ones she's responsible for, those are probably the memories she'd want to forget. Just me.
I think Seto would probably want to forget the time he shit his pants. I mean, no, like for serious, it's probably just like Jerry. With Kamigawa arc, while it was fun, it kind of distorted a lot of the views that he has on his party members. On certain people that he felt that he could trust, he no longer has that certainty. So if he could just forget about it, it would still be a very bad for him, but at least he wouldn't have to deal with the moral dilemmas about it.
When did when did Seto shit his pants again?
And that is just a joke, dude. It was a yolk. Yolk.
An egg yolk.
God damn it. It's canon now.
While we have this second, I would like to say, get yourselves a French press.
French press? Oh, for coffee.
Yes.
Hell
What's
yeah,
that?
dude.
French?
A cafeteria. It's
Yeah,
just a
green
way of
coffee.
brewing coffee. It is absolutely delicious. Someone wants to give a recap.
I grind my own coffee beans, so I know what you mean. It's great.
We have a fancy machine that's like
Oh,
10 years old. Way more than 10 years old. That just, like, you put beans on the one side, water on the other, and you press a button, and it just makes coffee. Great.
So coffee.
Does anyone want to give a recap?
of course, it's a easy one. Let's see. Last session didn't involve Sakura. Didn't involve Sakura convincing Seto to murder June because of his evil book. Everything actually went better than expected. We arrived at the what's it called? Tata. Then we met the God of Time. And now someone is shitting their pants. Also, there's apparently a salamander up in the bathhouse. Because it's getting grumpy if it isn't wet. So it's kind of like a girl.
Salamander. Forgot about it. It was adorable.
Alamanda.
You didn't need to say that.
That was
What?
unnecessary comments.
What? It's adorable.
Not that. No, Andreas.
This is why we don't have to bar with the recap. Can you hear me?
I'm sorry, DM, but your mic's
Kinda
gone robot
dying.
mic. All staticky.
Who knew? Who knew? How's everybody's week then? While we wait for DM to fix his mic openly.
Well, I've essentially got my own gaming computer now because my boyfriend started work like a month ago, a little bit more.
What specs?
Hmm?
What specs you got?
He made it himself. But it's a good computer. What specs does the PC have?
GTX 1060 graphics card. Yeah, R5 8600K and a GTX 1060. 16 gigabytes HyperX RAM.
It's not fucking
Fair.
bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah, so he started work and he basically hasn't touched it since I used it at his place. So yeah, now I've got it here.
No longer potato PC.
But yeah, cool. I've started playing Pokemon Violet.
Ooh.
Yeah. Downloading Elden Ring. It's cool because me and my dad can play stuff together now. Not Elden Ring.
Elden Ring?
No, because
I
that
play
the
Elden Ring
default
together.
time?
sharing. So like only one of us could play at a time. Well, one of us could play online. There's a thing you can do that if you're Steam sharing, one person can actually just switch their Wi-Fi off, and it won't count them as online playing the game. So whoever else is Steam sharing can still play that game. So we could play it at the same time, but not together because only one of us could be online.
Sucks balls.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah!
Eureka!
All right. Well, thank you for the recap, Australia. We will rejoin things as you guys have made your way into town and to the kitchens where Sakura was making tea for some very grateful samurai. And one of them, who they had all seemed to be crowded around when you arrived, some kind of lord approached Sakura as you all sat yourselves down at the table and announced himself to her as the Kami of Time. They have both now joined you at the table for breakfast and for tea. So yeah, that's where we will pick things up as Katsuya Kaio has joined you guys for breakfast. What do you all do?
I'm eating.
Sakura,
So
you hear Jin's voice in your head saying, "Yeah, you done fucked up now."
Sakura's looking a bit worried because I mean she doesn't know what this dude is gonna do to her for dropping pebbles in his stream of time, disturbing his meditation.
Trying to pawn off the leather boots to what's called Elias.
Yeah, he does seem very calm at the moment. He seems quite pleasant, monk-like, but you do know that you've probably done some things to piss this guy off. And as he joins you at the table, he seems to be looking over at each of you and giving a smile and a nod. He seems to recognize you. Like, you all get the impression this guy knows who you are, but he would be a stranger to all of you.
I'll say to him just, as pleasant as you are, I can't help but feel like you've not come to us simply to exchange pleasantries.
Well, no, unfortunately not. You've all been quite busy, I must say, and I'm afraid I can't just let that go, well, unnoticed.
So is this a threat, or a warning, or just there's something else you want?
No, nothing like that. But you, miss, and he turns back to you, Sakura. He says, you are not quite, well, I don't believe you've had much training in the way of time, have you? Other than what you've received here, and he looks around at the other trainees who you can see them all eating breakfast as well. And the soldiers of Toto are savages. These are like mercenaries from all sorts of places, which Elias you'll be seeing now. Seems like they led anyone into the Blue Dragon army. These are just anyone that got kicked out of any other clans. They came here and they are fed well and trained, but they don't seem like they would be learning quantum mechanics, you know?
She shakes her head, clearly embarrassed.
He gives a big smile and says, "Well, then I think it's about time you started. Well, perhaps after your Gempuku ceremony, of course. I'm afraid you don't all have much time to spare before that."
Can I ask, do we know, would we, at least would Elias recognize this guy from the water ring trial?
Yeah, I think you guys did actually roll for that last time.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
And yeah, I think you all recognized him as that person, but he doesn't seem to have any like he doesn't seem to be referring to that at all. He doesn't seem to care about what happened.
And she kind of looks at him wide-eyed. You're willing to train me?
Well, someone as talented as you shouldn't go untrained. If this is what you're capable of without training, imagine what you would be if I did show you the ropes.
I thought you were here to tell me to stop messing with time.
Well, that too. I'm afraid until you have been properly trained, I can't allow you to all be time traveling anymore. But once you know what you are doing, then I see no reason to stop you.
She looks very excited.
If that helps, I'm not planning on time traveling anymore.
In all fairness, we were kind of provoked.
Well, we kind of abducted willingly.
We were provoked, let's say that.
Yes, but I am sure it seems complicated to you, but you understand that you were the one who did the provoking, don't you, Sakura?
That is true.
She looks a bit confused.
Future.
Oh.
Sakura.
Hmm.
Sorry, say again. It's very loud.
No
uh,
worries.
it's nothing.
Well, I can't say I'm that person as of yet, and hopefully I don't become her.
Well, hopefully with training that will be true. Now,
I'll just.
sorry, carry on.
No, I'll just kind of like pipe up. Just apologies for butting in, of course. What goes on between you, time, people is none of my business, but you have allies that aren't necessarily our allies. How can sorry. How can you be trusted?
Well, I'm not sure how you would justify it to yourself, but if you cannot trust in the flow of time, then what can you trust in? I'm not sure which allies you're referring to, but I assure you, I am a neutral party in all of this. Time waits for no man.
Can I insight check him to see if he actually doesn't know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, she's been staring at this guy the whole time. She's been studying him as well.
Oh shit.
Tucker will tap Jerry, and he'll just be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
I'm like, yeah, this guy seems trustworthy. Do you trust what he says?
I don't fucking know who he is.
Well, Elias, you think this guy definitely doesn't seem to remember. He seems as confused right now as Seto does. But June, you know this guy's talking shit. He was there. You recognize this face. Just because he's not wearing his mask doesn't mean it wasn't him. And but he still is just looking at you, kind of confused.
I see. Well then, I must have been thinking of somebody else.
Damn, Thunder.
That's interesting.
It's just fun. Yeah, he is going to then, as he says, well, I won't keep you. Of course, there's no rush before your training. We do have all the time in the world, but thank you for the tea. And he will stand up and place the empty cup on the table. He says, I'll let you get back to all the things you're doing. And he will place a hand on your back, Sakura.
When will you be back?
I need you to please make a con saving throw.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Ooh.
He's a monk, right?
+4
Yeah.
for me, so it's 25.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. I know what he's done.
Yeah,
So-
I'm wondering if he's done that too.
Sakura, it's quite subtle as he just places a hand on your back, Sakura, and he gives a little bow. He is going to say again in your ear, he will, as you feel this like echoing pulse inside your heart. It's like something, your heart just skipped a beat or something. And he says, just a little reminder that time travel is off limits. Try not to break that, and I won't have to release what I've placed. Understand?
Character like this?
And Thunder was right on key.
Okay, she nods. Just long-term time travel, right? Not going back 6 seconds or so.
Yes. Just keep it short. Don't worry, I'm not that picky. So mechanically, you can still use all your like features as you have them, but no more gates through time.
Okay. Um, she looks at him and asks, "When will you be back?"
Don't worry, you'll see me soon enough. And he's going to bow to everyone, and he will turn to leave.
She bows back as he leaves.
Should we get going? We don't have all day, and I still have a sword to finish making.
I think so. I also would like to go visit the oh fuck,
One eye.
smithy. That's it.
The Shinobi one.
No, I think I'd visit the other. Which shit, I don't
One
think
eye.
I have the money for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you can absolutely do that. You know that you'll be meeting with Daichi later this morning and supposedly leaving in the evening. But where would you like to head first?
I think we should finish up with Daichi and then split up to finish our own business.
Probably the best.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so you're going to Daichi first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to Daichi.
Okay, sorry, yeah, I just wasn't sure I heard you properly.
No
Yeah,
problem,
so
no problem.
you make your way in. Are you? Yeah, actually, as you guys make your way up there, is there anything you want to prepare before you actually go inside? Or, I mean, I don't know. Is the guy's changing his shoes or something? I don't know.
Well, I mean, on the way, I would try to nick just a pair of reasonably nice-looking shoes.
Okay, you can try and steal someone's shoes. You can give me a sleight of hand check, as yeah, you'll see plenty of shoes sitting outside all of these. God, those low rolls and then that number. Yeah, so you you've walked in here easily. You managed to swipe a new pair of shoes. They've there's quite a selection, and you just take your pick. You are one of the stealthiest motherfuckers ever, so no one sees you, and you get away with it scot free.
Lovely.
The-
Well then, I'm ready.
Okay, as you guys are approaching the throne room and walking down the long corridors to get there, you can hear the voices coming from inside. As I would like everyone to give me a perception check, please.
Man, my rolls are great tonight.
Same.
Damn, your year is running like a champ.
Who the fuck
Someone
is
roll
you?
with the party?
Oh, someone rolled.
Yeah, it's me. It's me. I don't know why. though. I'm called You Are Here.
You don't have a
You
token,
just
that's why.
selected, yeah, you've selected the party token, but that's all right. You shouted it out first, and everyone else rolled. So, you guys over here, and of course, Seto would get. I mean, that must be ridiculous with Seto's modifier.
31.
Yeah. Okay. So you hear it from before you've even gotten to the castle. You can overhear there is a shouting going on inside, and as you are all approaching, you'll all actually overhear this. Though Elias and June, you'll hear it last, just as you're walking in, as you hear Daichi busy berating some samurai, shouting at them, saying, "You let the Zenogre fall into the hands of the Crab Clan, you insolent fools!" And you hear a crack of thunder as there is a flash inside the room before you even get in there. And you hear a man screaming as you overhear Mac saying, "Sir, it wasn't their fault. They captured the salamander to apologize. It was Minamoto. He was not there to give the order when the Zenogre fell, and he ran, sir. What were they to do?" As you are sort of heading in, is anyone, like, you sort of get up to the door at this point and you can overhear the conversations going on inside. Are you going to enter, or are you going to listen from the door?
Oh, this could be good.
I'd like to just give it a second for the sake of not interrupting.
Yeah,
I'd
also,
like to give it a second for the sake of listening.
I have a feeling
Gossip.
I have a
She
feeling
doesn't
if
like
we do walk
Daichi.
in
This
there-
this could be like used against him.
I have a feeling if we do walk in there, we will get our heads bitten off.
We'll have to meet him anyway, so
Let's give him
let's
some-
enjoy the drama while it's not at us.
Okay, so you guys listening in hear him saying, "Oh, Minamoto-san, fucking red dragons! My brother fails me for the last time. Nikutai, who is your second?" You hear another one of the samurai responding, and you hear Daichi again saying, "Good. See to it that your Nikutai nurses those wounds, and prepare him for seppuku come sunrise. He will deliver his head to me, and assume command of these troops under my other son here, Kinji. Is that understood?" And you hear silence as this is probably replying, like, physically. He says, the salamander has spared the lives of the rest of your men, Nukatai. Miramoto will pay for betraying you. However, blood of my blood must be paid in such. You will have the night to make peace with your family, and tomorrow you will commit seppuku. You are dismissed. And you will hear footsteps before the doors open in front of you, and a burned man is like being helped through the door. He looks like badly charred on the side of his body, and as the door opens, they see all of you standing on the other side. And he looks up and he sees you, Elias, as you rolled lowest on your perception there. Yeah, that was you. So he sees you and says, You were there. You spoke with Miramoto. Tell him, please. Tell him what happened, and perhaps I will not have to die in shame. Please, I have a family. Tell him I didn't dishonor my clan. Tell him it was Miramoto, please.
Does Daichi hear him plead to me?
Well, at the moment, he's being like taken out of the room. So you imagine if you could overhear it one way, he can hear this, but he's not. You guys are still in the corridor outside.
Hmm.
What's he talking about, Elias?
I just give him a cold or just confused stare as if I have no idea what he was talking about.
Okay.
Do I
Is-
believe Elias?
Do you believe you can give an
Yeah,
insight
yeah.
versus Elias's deception, but the Nikita is going to put his arm around his captain and just try and drag him forward, saying, "Come on,
You've already
man,
failed.
let's go before all of our it's all of our heads that he wants." As Elias seems convincing enough.
Hey,
And
don't
yeah,
test me.
Yeah, as soon as they're out of as soon as they're out of range, I'll say, "Well, that was a little bit cold, wasn't it?"
I have no idea what you're referring to.
Oh, you know what I'm referring to.
I might. I don't think I do. Anyway,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to lead the way.
I'll lead the way.
Poor bastard, there's not much I can really do for him.
Oh, look, we're all nicely lined up already.
Yeah, you guys came in the side entrance, so you just walked right in there. You can rearrange yourselves if that's not how you're falling in, but as you enter this room for the first time, Elias, you will see this is quite a grand, like, I mean, it's a bit much, if we're being honest. I will try and move Z out of the way.
Set again, the center, you're our leader.
Went next to the sheep. What the fuck, man?
Oh, were you trying to set? Yeah, that's. Except you guys are a leader and second, so you should be on opposite end.
Oh.
Unless who is your second? Because she was in charge while you were away, like technically. But you guys
I
can
don't know,
decide.
who's-
Yeah, she can be second. I'll just move here so we can place her. There we go.
Cool. Yeah, that works. So as you guys all fall in, you will see that Kinji will see you and walk forward as though to present. You did hear him mention before, but now to present you guys to Daichi as he sits on his throne. You see a human-looking man covered in tattoos, and an older man standing in front of him that is like seems quite happy to be seeing you guys right now. But yeah, you all fall in. Are you gonna say?
Bow.
Yeah, always be respectful. Now to the giant, the asshole warlord. Very good. I'm not saying this out loud.
Well, you guys, I don't know if you know this, but the tradition would be to bow before you enter the room, like to the room, and then go inside and then bow again. It's like there's a lot of bowing that goes on before you enter and exit the rooms and to the actual person. So yeah, if you want to, you can give me. There's no like culture check in D&D. What would
We
that
do
be?
have honor
Religion,
though.
History.
But yeah, honor. Give me an honor roll with advantage, I'll say, because I don't think you guys have got great honors.
We can finally use honor.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the,
natural 20.
Oh
much it.
yeah. Jin is very
I'm gonna be gone for like just 1 minute. Do I need to roll that with honor as well?
um, oh, sorry, my thing's lagging. It's fine. You can roll it when you come back, and we'll see, because
Okay.
that's when Daichi will be judging you.
Okay, cool.
But yeah,
Sorry.
see now. Yeah, you guys all know your way around here, but especially surprisingly, Australia, the Gaijin, who you have been researching their culture and like you understand it now. You've done everything almost too properly, like you making the others look bad. But June, you as well, as you know how to fit into any situation, and you guys both do this as though, like, compared to the people that just have lived here always, like Sakura and Seto, that know these things almost intuitively. You guys nail the cultural procedures, and it is appreciated by Dai. So I will say, you all actually will be able to add 1d4 to any charisma checks you make in this next scene, because you did all that properly. Basically, a little bit of inspiration.
I'm back. Hi, sorry.
Cool. You can make that on a check. I was just saying, others will get a d4 added to their any charisma checks made in here, but Daichi is looking down over all of you, and this is, yeah, I suppose this is the first time he's seen Elias. But as for the rest of you, he you have all actually changed a little bit. Like, you're all looking pretty fucking intense compared to when you first arrived. Okay, yeah, and Elias, you make a decent first impression. It was meant to be with advantage, actually. So
Oh,
He did. There's two.
no, I did advantage.
Oh, it's keep lowest. That only
Well,
changes
yes,
it to a
because
20.
I have exhaustion.
yeah, no, it would have been the first roll anyway. So it would have cancelled that. So yeah, you make a good basic first impression. Is anyone going to say anything? As Seto, you are kind of like you can defer to Kinji, but
Wait, I
would you like
haven't
to?
seen Daichi ever since I was an egg, right?
He has
Wait,
no
where
idea
is
you were
it?
ever an egg. It never came up. As far as he knows, you've been leading this squad the whole time.
But
Yeah.
Genji knows.
He knows. At least he doesn't know you are egg, but he knows that you were gone. I think we actually told you like that you was like looking after the bathhouse or something.
So you lied to him, okay?
No,
so
we didn't lie. We
no
did.
one-
We just didn't tell him the truth.
Yeah, there was I think there were questions about the egg that Sakura was carrying, but they didn't actually know you were in it either. So it was just like there was that was hidden, and as far as they know, that they don't know where you've been. You just haven't reported in a while. But you guys also never show up to class, so they don't seem to be too concerned.
Essentially, you still got all the credit.
Hey, that's a nice deal. Might go egg again next time I become a fucking commander.
Go a little sabbatical. Egg,
Take an egg nap.
There's a pun in there somewhere. So, are you going to present, or are you going to let him?
I'll let Kenji do it. Haven't seen him for a while. I still don't know, to be honest, what even we would sing. I know that we came here for the banners because the Genpuku is like tomorrow, but
Yeah. So he will present your. He will say each of your names as he knows them, and say, "This is the squad I have been telling you about, Father. I hope they will be to satisfaction." And he will lean on his chair and say, "This group does seem popular lately. Suppose they did take down the Titan and the zombies. All right then, let us hear from their teachers. Tatsujinki." And you will hear a voice from behind from a man who approaches the stairs, as it seems like Kinji is presenting you as one of the top squads in Toto, and he's deciding whether or not you will go to the Genpuku Festival, as your teachers start to come in to give reviews. Are you guys going to do anything?
No,
Not
not
with
Elias.
candy. Jin doesn't go to class. So.
Yeah, the teacher's gonna walk past me and like, "Who the fuck are you?"
who the fuck is
Yeah,
that guy?
He's mine and Settle's teacher.
Yeah. But we had like what, one lesson? Then we
like
fucked
3
off?
or 4. We had more than a few.
Nothing to lose your hand over.
He's a necromancer, dude. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, this
or
is
skeletons.
he runs the Gaijin school outside of the town, and he walks up and says, "Well, they've not been attending classes, my lord. The mousefolk lost an arm on his first day of training, though he has handled it well, adapted to it, and overcome it with honor. They have both shown an innate understanding of the elemental techniques, whether they realize it or not, but I believe they have both benefited from these experiences for the greater and should make fine soldiers." And as he says this, you get the impression that they've been paying more attention to you than just the classes you've attended, as Daichi will nod, responding and seeming to just take that at face value, saying, and the others?" As you hear more footsteps from behind, and Sakura, you see your principal entering the room.
She doesn't want to turn around because that might be rude or something. So she'll like she can talk to people in their heads. Can she like create an image of her bowing in someone's head?
I mean, wouldn't be disrespectful to turn around and bow to your teacher. That's
I guess she'll turn around and bow to her teacher. She has much more respect for him than Daichi anyway.
I know that will be a good show of respect. As he says, "Sakura has been a student of mine for most of her life, my lord. She is one of my best. Her grandfather is the groundskeeper down by the forest, so she has no name to speak of. However, she is smarter than half the mages in Ashima and Tota combined, and at only 15 years old, I believe she will be a great asset to the shogunate, my lord, despite her attitude." And he gives a bow.
Despite her attitude.
And General Mac, standing next to him, will also nod and say, "The men have also taken a great liking to her tea ceremonies, my lord. The morale in the city has noticeably improved when she's been at the kitchens during breakfast." "Yes, I've heard much about that one. Now, tell me something I don't know." As you will hear Z's teacher now speak up, saying, "Z has also been with us for many years, my lord. She can be trying at times, but I believe her new squad has brought the best out in her. And Mac nods, saying Z has earned her place. Daimyo wishes to know about the new arrival and the other Gaijin. As Kinji, his father, he not seriously be considering giving a full command to the Gaijin, though. I mean, this is my squad now, correct? And Daichi frowns, like looking at you, Seto, as though he's like trying to push you out of the way. Daichi just says, your old squad has been displaced, Kinji. They need you back. Besides, Seto here is ready to take the test himself. Seems only right that he lead the top graduates as well. Father, I thought anyone sort of being involved, or are you just watching sign?
Oh, shit.
Wait a second, Kinji. Wasn't you saying yesterday that you were gonna assemble a squad and gonna try to find the person who had the Sin Ogre and take it back? I'm pretty sure you said that.
You can give me a deception check, but you can add that d4 and have yeah, just make that deception.
Didn't even need the D4.
I mean, add it anyway, and you'll get. But you did add it. Didn't quite bring it over a 30, but 29 is more than good enough. As he says, yes, yes, uh, quite right, Estrella. I have been thinking of that. I thought perhaps I could use the new Titans, and young Elias here brought us some new rifles as well. So the ones I was telling you about. And he nods and says, enough, Kinji. My decision is final, but I like what you are planning. Now, what of the horned one? This satyr. If we are sending Gaijin to the festival, you'd better be worth it, as he looks at you, Estrella. General Mac is going to just immediately step up and say, she was a friend of my daughter's, my lord. She may be an outsider, but I do not believe she intends harm on the Empire. She is merely a traveler from afar. You'll also start to hear some foot or like the patter of padded feet behind you. But are you going to say anything?
From what I hear from the Kami, they are considering your wedding a really good idea and wish for me to help bring that to fruition.
You will see that she looks surprised, and then a smile across his face. As you can actually give me one persuasion check as you hear the archery master approaching behind you. But he seems already quite like that. Okay, Jesus. Okay, yeah, he definitely seems quite taken aback by that, and you will then hear your archery master saying, "She too hasn't been at practice, my lord, but not much anyway. Thought she has improved significantly every time I've seen her. She's sure to put on a show at least." And I don't even remember if that was the voice that he had before, but it's been so fucking long. You went like one time. As
He went
he will.
full bridge.
He'll. She seems quite happy with you being part of the squad there, Australia, and asks, "And what of the other two? Come on, speak up. Who trains June and Elias?" And he looks around.
Well, we both train on our own. We're self-taught. And I give a small nod to Elias.
I believe each of us can speak for ourselves.
Mac, Care to explain? We're supposed to be looking for the best talent in Toto, our top students. Am I to
Can I,
understand that they're not even students here? And he says,
Can I
apologies,
ask
my lord. Yeah.
Sorry,
What did you say?
I did. Just quickly, what would be the honorific if I were to speak to Daichi?
Kami.
Like, would I say my lord? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, my lord is generally I don't know if that's correct, but daimyo is his title.
I just just saying like my daimyo doesn't sound.
That sounds better in Japanese.
Yeah.
A lot of the like Taisa is captain. It just kind of sound odd when we're speaking English. But yeah, I think my lord is fine. You can call him whatever the fuck you want. Call him my liege. I don't care. He'll probably appreciate it. I'm not sure what the historically accurate thing is.
Lord would be, since they called Nobunaga Lord Nobunaga.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's lords and ladies are essentially it's the same deal. He is more warlord than just a landowner. He will. Sorry, were you going to address?
Here goes. Yeah, I'll pipe up. My lord, even though I am not a student in your clan, I would not say I am without training. For my entire life, I have served honorably and well to the Shira Corporation in Kanasa as a conciliator of sorts. Although, now I come to you with asking for your sponsorship and to represent one of your own, as recently I have been betrayed by my own, Shira. And while I have nothing to show other than my water rings, my rings for the Genpoku, I assure you my vengeance will serve you well.
Okay, you can give me a persuasion check as well, and also with that D4, as Kinji will back you up, saying his comrades have given him stellar commendations, Father. I can vouch for him. There is a bounty on his head from Kunasa, where he served previously under Shira, as he said, but it shouldn't pose a threat to us. It does, however, indicate his value, not to mention the new weapons he brought with him. And Daichi will nod, looking impressed, saying, all right, I suppose the skill set like that would probably be part of the shinobi schools, which are not much of my concern anyway. I'm satisfied. What of this one? And he will point to June as Max says, there must be some kind of mistake, my lord. June has been with us for a few weeks. I think she may be studying at the shinobi school. Their master is on mission at the moment. And he kind of looks at you nervously. At you, June.
Yeah. I take a small step forward. I'm self-taught, my lord. I follow my own teachings, and I flicker a small Eldritch Blast in my hand. I can show you what I have if you need me to.
He'll just silently give a nod as Kinji will kind of take a step back.
Are they asking me to actually use an Eldritch Blast to show them what I can do?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of gestures as though, like, all right, give me a show.
Yeah, she'll spin the Eldritch Blast in her hand, and yeah, I guess she'll just launch it up towards the ceiling and make it explode in midair with very, pretty much just large explosives, really.
Okay, yeah, you can give me a performance check to make make it obvious how powerful your Eldritch Blasts actually are.
Sure thing. You know, I'm not actually great at performance, but yeah, I'll give it a try. My roll's been shit, but let's hope they're not that shit. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, no, that's definitely good enough. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, okay. full 20 is definitely good enough. I mean, it's quite. He understands the power that you carry in those blasts, and he says, very well. I suppose you are better than anything the Scorpion could ever match, so I am definitely satisfied. This team will represent the Blue Dragon clan at the Spring Festival Gempuku. What will their chosen name be, so that we may emblazon it upon these banners for all to fear and respect?
No.
Susan doesn't actually say that out loud. But I still think it's a fitting name.
I mean, we've been unnamed for so long. Why not the nameless? It seems the most apt name.
Mountains torn asunder.
That,
Oh no.
that sounds so dramatic. Welcome, mountains torn asunder.
To be
I feel
fair,
like we should
like that
Really
would
dramatic.
probably be like one character on it. like the mon of this could be a whole sentence, just with a few things. But yeah, this is the point where you guys need to actually decide on a team name. I mean,
Oh
the
shit.
nameless is actually a pretty good one. You've gone up against the faceless, so. But yeah, I think we need to actually come to a consensus here. We can assume that you've had this discussion not right in front of Daichi, but
Yeah.
as players, you can discuss it now and come up with something.
Breaker of swords, man.
I don't like the nameless.
Yeah, we do not need a name, so we shall remain nameless.
You could actually just give it like a symbol and have, if you guys want to have, they are like obviously the real samurai mons that I've been reluctant to actually use in the game because they actually were real people, and there's like, you've seen those pictures, they're all over the place. I mean, if you guys want to have a freaking emoji as your symbol, we can do whatever, but yeah, we need to come to a consensus.
Can it be the sipping panda?
I think nameless.
Nameless is fine.
Probably
I'm down for
the
nameless.
most appropriate. I would have gone for something a little bit more with a little bit more gravitas, but
I don't know, dude. If someone told you the nameless samurai were coming for you,
I
I don't
mean,
think you'd be too keen.
I mean, yeah, it kind of provokes an imagery of someone that doesn't need the gravitas of an episodic name. They're like, oh shit, it's the nameless.
yeah.
The
but just
rumors that could spread. like,
Or
Like,
you
what was
just
it called?
no one.
The army of fucking in 300 movie? What was it called? Something like Nameless as well.
The
Everybody
Spartans.
feared it. No. The other
No,
guy.
oh, you mean the
The
immortals?
Yeah, the Immortals. It's like you hear that shit and you're just afraid. And if you hear Nameless, you're most likely gonna be fucking pissing your pants because there's a reason why they're nameless.
Die immortus.
So like Expendables, except cooler.
It's like with sword names, if you get like a sword that has just got one word as a name, like that's way more terrifying because that's the only one. Like it got that name for a reason.
the Throngler.
The fuck is
Yeah.
that?
You see, yeah, that's exactly the thing. Yeah, so is everyone keen on the nameless? Like
Yeah.
the nameless, is it just straight the nameless or like nameless ones, the nameless something, or just the name?
Just the nameless. I
Just
think
the
that works
nameless.
perfectly.
All right. Yeah, very cool. So we can, if someone would like to actually design a Sashimono banner, you are absolutely more than welcome to. But as this name is given, or this, is it a name? General Mac is going to cast a spell on this Sashimono banner, or it seems like he's just using it. using the magic item, as you will see this symbol and a new blue Sashimono banner that he creates, and will fold it up and is going to give it to Kinji, who makes his way up the stairs to accept it, and then bring it back down to you. Actually, so as he brings it back, who is going to be the bannerman? And because usually I'm sure you guys would know, as the samurai would have that on their back, and
Jerry.
it sort of extends above.
Definitely Jerry. Jerry just fits so well as our banner carrier.
The banner is fucking bigger than he is.
And he's in the middle, you know, so it's like cool cinematically. He just walks forward.
Yeah, as he walks straight down the stairs, you will see he's carrying a metal disc in his hand that this thing sort of folded up into. It's quite, it's small. It just sort of fits in the palm of his hands. But he will kneel down in front of you, Jerry, and present the Sashimono banner to you. As you get the magic item, I'm going to add it to your character sheet, but you guys can look it up on D&D Beyond if you want to see. Oh, actually, wait, I might just be able to show you one thing. Yeah, so if you would like, would anyone else like to carry a backup? Because he's handing you a greater Sashimono banner. He could give a regular one to someone else if you want.
Always good to have a backup.
What about G?
Yeah.
Give her
She'll
something
finally
useful
be
for
good for
next year.
something. Okay, yeah. So here we go. Where's the show to players? Apparently, you can't do that with an item. Just look it up on D&D Beyond Sashimono banner.
Yep, they're fun.
Yeah, you only need to have one person wielding one of these things, but you can pass it around. I don't think it requires that you. Okay, there we go. Should be in your inventory, Jerry. Did it post to the chat? Yeah, there we go. I don't even remember what it does myself, to be honest. But yeah, you can actually add more images to it. But now one of them is in there as the name. At this point, Kenji will take a few steps back. Is anyone else wanting to say anything?
Do we? I don't think we have anything more to report, do we?
I don't think we do.
Okay. So then, actually, will explain that it does take a significant amount of time to get to Nishizawa. He will be marching this evening, and they expect to arrive within the next 2 days. Hopefully, within only one day. However, the other squad is already ready to leave. So whenever you guys are ready, you will fall in this evening and join them on their march. But you would know that a normal travel, like a normal march from from Toto to Nishizawa, would take like 4 or 5 days. But he is expecting to do this in a day. You're not sure how, but you know that you will not be allowed vehicles in the tournament. So bringing your airship is probably not an option here, because you'll be marching with the army.
I got
But
a broom. It's fine.
yeah, I mean, if you want, obviously you can try and obey that order, but he tells you when to meet up, and we can do that once you guys have done whatever you want to do in Toto today. But you know that the festival starts. The opening ceremony is tomorrow, so if you want to get there, it's quite a distance. And I can show you that on a map if you want, actually.
Sure thing.
And if you guys take a look at this map, you should be able to see where Nishizawa is. I will be right back. Actually, I think let's take a 5-minute break here, and then we'll go into the rest of Toto.
Sweet. Ooh, ma. Your stuff. Careful chemistry. All that other stuff. That's cool.
There's not a lot of things.
Don't wait to do some large scale barrels. Sure, this is gonna be cool. Yeah, but there's another squad apparently. I'm gonna go check that other squad out.
Hey,
Hmm.
what do you plan to do?
No, don't worry. June stuff. Don't worry about it.
What does actually everybody needs to do?
I
Hmm?
honestly just want to get more armor.
Finish off the sword. You probably need to as well.
True, true.
And we need Sakura's help to enchant it.
Our sword is being made, so.
You need to pick up the sword right before you go.
You didn't finish making it.
Yeah, I'm talking about June and Elias.
I think they're bringing it to the actual festival.
I
Oh.
I
They
don't
do.
really have a sword.
You need your samurai sword, bro.
Yeah, I have a gun.
Great enemy of samurai gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna Oda Nobunaga this shit.
So you're gonna burn in the castle.
I'm back. What is Eli saying? Is you're not having a sword after all?
Yeah, well, just I don't think there's enough time now.
There's all day.
Buying a sword. It's not taking time.
Oh,
You did order something last time, but we were umming and ahhing about. I haven't actually made anyone's items yet, but I'm gonna make them really fucking cool. So I would recommend everyone get.
okay. Okay, then yeah, I'll get a sword.
You can if you want to pick up a gun. If you want to get one of those Topaz Annihilators, you're part of Kinji's squad. You guys, they are there. You could pick one up if you want.
Okay, wait. I was talking about a Daisho like sword. Wait.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. Like you could have a Daisho and also carry a rifle. It doesn't. Your rifle, like we were saying, to have a rifle as your like long weapon, but I mean you can still just if you're becoming a samurai, you should probably have at least one sword.
Okay, yeah, then I'll
Okay.
I'll get my I'll commission a longsword.
You can be a Dante, dude.
Dante.
I mean, a giant ass sword in one hand and
I
gun in another one.
I think Dante is not a not a good caricature for Elias.
What do you mean?
Pretty spot on.
Eh,
The jacket
just-
and everything. What are you talking about?
Well, it's just the sword. It's a big sword.
Yeah, it's a big ass fucking huge sword. You can just make it smaller one.
You could also just get a tanto that is like a dagger, but the point is to get a long one. Bear in mind, the katana is not really. I mean, it's more of a like a symbol of status and more of like a sacred religious item than it is meant to be your primary weapon.
You should probably get them. You need to get a cotton wool, wet it, and clean it for
Like even the real samurai the samurai were the best because they were mounted archers. Like that's why they had those ridiculous long swords because they were made to be swung from the back of a horse. It's like people weren't walking around with that just because it was like they were getting into sword fights.
Well, I have been convinced.
And you can get a ninja one. You could make a ninjato and have a straight sword that can be concealed. Could just be something that isn't even visible until you need it to pull a blade out of your sleeve, you know? This is an anime game. That's what we're playing. You can go as anime with it as you want. Because also, I'm going to be adding jutsu to these weapons. So, I was just going to let you pick your own jutsu. I'm kind of in two minds about it. But I'm thinking I'll just give the appropriate ones because there are some in there that are a little bit broken.
Aren't there like billions of them? There's so many.
Ah, so many, which is kind of the problem because I've also been creating all the fucking NPCs for the Genpuku festival, and there's over 100 guys. There's over 100 because there's going to be 100 people in the tournament.
Jeez.
Holy.
It's just because there's like it's not actually it's not that many, but when you realize that each clan needs like to match at least the size of this party, it's like okay. Forgive me if I'm a little bit underprepared. I'm getting there, but if everyone is back and ready to jump back into it, we can go back into Toto,
Oh,
and you can let me
sorry.
know what you want to do.
Wait. No, sorry. I was just during the break. I made a thing.
You did a thing.
I
Ooh.
thought you were getting that whole dragonfly blade. What happened?
Oh, that's for the banner.
I hadn't seen that. That is sick.
Oh,
Does that actually say nameless?
Yeah, Nanashi.
Nanashi.
That's fucking sick. I like that. I'm gonna have to wait on that. I will put it into the game.
There is another helmet type I would want to see. Sorry, this won't take long.
Yeah, that is literally the helmet that is on the guy I was using to represent the army. Yeah, it's pretty
Because I
accurate.
also
But
have
yeah,
this.
Ooh.
yeah, that's more Jerry's. More like
Then that can be Jerry's personal.
we can say Z's carrying the top one and Jerry's carrying the bottom.
Pretty sick.
I feel like this might look a bit better, just there's more space between text and the helmet. If it'll upload. There we go.
I like that position more.
Very cool. Yeah, the characters actually look badass. Like, I like that. So, you guys have got that on your Tashimono banner, and you are now officially chosen to be representing the Blue Dragon clan at the Genpuku. You're leaving Daichi's throne room now. What would you like to do with the rest of your day?
Just get a fucking sword made.
Is the Crane Clan making your sword?
Sorry?
Isn't the Crane Clan making your sword?
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, if you ordered it with everyone else, then it would be. You'll be able to. They'll be at the festival though. They'll be still probably making swords.
Unless they all did.
Yeah, they are. They are probably the smiths in the Crane Clan than in Toto. But you did want to go and see the blacksmith here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, as you are heading out, first things first. As you're heading out, the like little rabbit man that came and spoke up for Estrella earlier is going to take you aside, Estrella, just in the hallway outside of Daichi's throne room, and is just going to sort of call you over to have a quick chat with him as you leave.
Yes, master. Do you want something?
Right, listen. You and I both know that I haven't seen you loose an arrow since you got here. But us Fey folk have got to stick together, right? Also, I know that you killed Daichi's son. These big ears wouldn't be much good if I didn't hear some things from time to time, but your secret is safe with me for now. Just be careful how you let the daimyo find out. Right now, he thinks that the Crab Clan controls the Zenogre, so play your cards right, and you could spin this your way. Play them wrong, and he'll have your head.
Relax, I'm not gonna just use it unless it's absolutely necessary for his victory.
Just be careful who finds out. There'll be more people than me that have got noses for these kind of thing. So watch your back, and good luck. And he will try and break away from this conversation to make it not look too suspicious. As the rest of you are heading down the end of the corridor, Estrella, is there anything else you want to say to him, or are you going to join the others?
I'm just gonna join the other, and at the time we reach the library, I will be breaking off there. As I think I have a little promise to keep. And also, who knows, maybe there's some interesting book in the library.
Okay, so yeah, you head off into the library, which is just outside there for Elias's reference. However, for the rest of you, as Estrella kind of is walking away, you're all still there together at this point. You will hear a familiar voice going, "Lady Estrella, Sakura!" And you'll just hear the pitter-patter of feet as Timo-san comes running up to you all excitedly.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Plot twist. Everybody has been replaced by clones. Execute Order 66.
Hi, I'm so glad I found you. I got this new trick I wanted to show you, and my teacher said be careful with it, but I knew that you think it was cool. Sakura, are you there?
Sakura, you're muted.
Muted.
Oh,
I don't think she's there.
Well, there goes that reveal.
Fuck me, right? But yeah, he seems very excited to see you as well, Australia, as you saved him from the Titans. And he seems very excited to see all of you. My door's just swung open. Give 1 sec.
Oh, I figured it out.
Okay, are you back?
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, as you guys have all just walked outside the throne room, Timo has come running up to you excitedly and is busy saying hello to Australia. And like he says, he wants to show you something. He seems very happy to see all of you.
She looks very confused.
I mean, I no, I'm not it yet, but it's a firebolt like you can do.
She snaps out of her confusion like a Pokemon. And she says, "Oh, you finally mastered it. Let me see."
He's gonna like do an with the top, like yeah, kind of first year karate style move as he blasts a firebolt up into the sky, and yeah, it seems like a pretty decent rudimentary firebolt.
She claps for him.
You recognize it as the same technique he used to blast Lorifax in the face the last time you saw him, and he looks much better than he did then. Looks totally fine. Any of the rest of you reacting to him here, or are you carrying on to the blacksmith?
I wasn't there when he died, right? That was the theater, right?
Yeah, you were not
Yeah,
there.
you.
Yeah, so I don't react.
And I wasn't there. I had already left before he died.
I mean, whether you saw it or not, I think everyone's like that information has been shared that he was killed. But yeah, for those of you that saw him, he's very much alive.
yeah, I just kind of assume it's some fucky worky timey wimey stuff, and just keep going. Don't know this child.
I'll keep walking and just motion to Sakura that we have some swords to finish.
Right. Well, it was great seeing you, and keep up the good work. That was an amazing firebolt. You'll be a great mage one day.
Oh, where are you got? Did you guys get your rings yet? Are you? I mean, my teacher said that maybe we could come and see you get your water rings if you're doing it in town. I was wondering if you've done that yet. And he seems like quite nervous to be asking, but is sort of following with you guys as you carry on towards the blacksmith.
Never go near that water feeder if you value your life.
Jesus Christ.
Can Sakura just like bonk her on the back of the head and say, and just take out her rings and show him and say, "Cool, aren't they?" He's just trying to you know.
Oh, you already got them all. Oh, those are cool. Was it difficult? Think I could do it one day?
Of course you could.
Cool. And you hear a voice from the school behind him, and you see a teacher sticking his head around. He says, "Timo, come on, I have someone I want you to meet." Oh, hello, Lady Sakura. Hello, everyone. And he gives a little wave.
She bows, Ohayo gozaimasu, and turns to Timo and says, well, you better get going.
Good luck with your genpuku. And he's gonna run back off to his teacher. As he runs off, you see him go back into the school and speak with his teacher, who you also recognize. And Estrella, as you make your way over to the library, I'd like you to please give me a perception check. And yeah, anyone else that is sort of keeping a watch on them. Otherwise, you're heading over to the smith.
25.
Okay. Is anyone else?
I'm
Mhm.
not.
No.
Hmm.
Okay. So with the 25, Estrella, you see Timo go into the school, and you see him introducing Timo to someone who has a very similar build to the person you had breakfast with, and is wearing a golden mask. As the person is leaning down and saying something to Timo, he seems to get very excited, and he smiles up at his teacher, who smiles back at him, and then the man puts a hand on his shoulder, and you see a flash of light as they walk out of view of the doorway. Are you gonna do anything?
Oh, I figured it out now. Clever. Really clever. But no. I don't have time for that.
Okay. And with that, light disappears, and the rest of you arrive at the blacksmith.
Yep. Yeah, as we're walking to the blacksmith, I'm just gonna bring up. Do things feel weird? There's something not feeling quite right.
About what?
I don't know. It's
We watched that kid get disintegrated.
yeah, something to do with that. That's a main thing I'm concerned about. But there's just something that just doesn't feel right. I don't know why.
And our Kami of Time
Coming
somehow
time is another one.
not
Yeah.
knowing what happened. I think he knows, but I just can't tell. Surely a god would. Especially a god of time.
Hey, Sakura.
Mhm.
When he takes you off to teach you, I'm gonna ask you to watch your back because I do not trust him.
He's following Lorifax's fucking commands.
You think?
Didn't seem to know anything about it.
He didn't seem to. He's also a god. Do you think you can outsmart a god?
Quite smart.
Not a god. Not yet,
No.
anyway.
She was just about to say that.
I know.
I don't know. I want to learn. It's not really anyone else who can teach me. Do you know any time experts?
Sure, but you can also get exploited.
Just
It's your funeral.
Sakura, be very careful with them.
Oh, I like him. He seems really nice.
At this point, you guys arrive at the blacksmith, and you can hear the sounds of metalworking coming from inside. As yeah, who's going into the smith?
Me.
Do I need anything at the smithy? No, I don't.
To be fair, I'm not sure I can afford
I just need a forge to work.
anything.
Well, you are now officially part of the Blue Dragon clan, as far as they see it. So, you can get like pretty basic things, but yeah, magic item and stuff that might be. I'll load you in now.
Oh, no, that's not that you said something June.
So, no, sorry. What is June and what are June, Sakura, and Seto doing? Jerry, I assume you're going in as well.
Yeah, I'm going in.
Okay, cool. So yeah, June, Sakura, and Seto. What are you doing?
Do they have some fire steel?
Sorry, say again.
Do they have any fire steel?
For the sword stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they might in the smithy. Are you going in with them?
I mean, I would go with the group where they're going. I mean, they went to the blacksmith, right? Or like one nice smithy. That's pretty much the same.
Yeah, that's. I'm just trying to establish who's going into the smithy and who's doing something else. Because June, it sounded like June and Sakura might do something else.
Yeah, I was going to ask Sakura something. Sakura, I
Yeah?
might have something to show you concerning Kinji.
She looks interested.
It's back at his house. Would you like me to show you? I think because this sort of thing definitely concerns you.
She nods.
Cool. Then
Okay.
Sakura and I will go to Kinji's house.
All right.
Before you go, Seta would just ask you. Sorry, June, Sakura, how long do you plan to be there?
Depends on how long Sakura needs to be there.
Yeah, but because like me and Jerry could really use Sakura's help. And we need to go at the evening, so we don't really have that much time. So we would kind of just want to know what's the.
For crafting a sword. I mean, I don't think it will take us long.
Okay.
I'll be
Yeah.
back as soon as I can.
Okay.
So yeah, we will and follow them quickly so that you can get back here. But then, as you two make your way over to Kinji's, what are the rest of you going to do as you make your way into One Eye?
I am wondering if I should try to good.
When he sees you walk in, he goes, "Hurry, where have you been? Quickly, those basilisk eggs are gonna hatch any day now. We've got to get ready."
Yeah, I'm leaving for the ceremony this evening, so I will not be here.
Oh, fine acquaintance you are. Right then, what do you need?
Just pointed. Elias, he needs a new armor, and then I pointed Seto and me. We just need a forge
And
to finish our
ingots.
swords before the ceremony. I think you need ingots, Seto. You already finished the first part. Unless it didn't work at all at the Crane Forge.
I've worked in Crane Forge, but
Yes, you still have the sword. It's the first part, I think.
but you can also do more. Why not? Use the rougher materials, more expensive materials to maybe do something better.
Yeah, so the stage that you're at, you do need two different, like a high carbon and a low carbon steel. So you've definitely done the first check, Seto, but you can try and get more. This guy, as yeah, he'll say absolutely you can use the forge. So are you guys gonna immediately go carry on working on your blade?
Yeah, I'm currently at the part where I need Sakura's help, so I go around with Elias for now. Unless Seto needs help with his blade.
Oh, I'm gonna need some help. I didn't know that
Yeah.
you were already on coating. Damn, dude. You're fucking fast. I need a fresh check, dude. I need to forge a blade. I only like sword the steel or whatever. I didn't even steel forge the blade, as far as I can recall. I mean, we didn't even do the checks in the crane. At least I didn't. You did, like, when we went to the bathhouse, you went to the.
But yeah, we can assume you've succeeded the first check, Seto. So you've done part number 1 of the checks you need to make, but there will be 3 more for the actual blade smithing. So if you'd like to go and get started on that, you absolutely can, and with Jerry's help, you could do so with advantage.
Ooh.
And I have added it in your downtime there, so you should just be able to roll from that.
Thank you.
Otherwise, yeah, Smith's tools.
And that's for advantage.
Holy
So-
mother.
So what does this look like as you are helping Seto there, Jerry? Are you doing anything in particular? And Seto, what does it look like as you're crafting your blade this next?
Which part are you at now, Seto?
Forging the blade?
That same part you just finished the night before.
So I'll
Yeah.
help him with like moving the blade around with my ceramic arm, as it's less affected by fire.
It's basically
So-
like Seto would be like using like a big hammer and just like trying to like prolong the steel as it's still like just like a large I can't recall what's the name of it, but like a block. And I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm sweaty as all fucking hell and I'm doing it like the fire is burning my fucking fur, and all of a sudden like Jerry just comes, like laughs at me in my face and just like pushes me around, grabs the hammer and just does it in 3 taps, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely. As Seto, you realize Jerry's like it's unnatural how good Jerry is at this and how strong he is. It's like you've been doing this much longer, you're pretty sure, than he has, and for some reason he's got this immense strength. But you guys are able to forge a rather fine blade, and you're both now in need of some coating there. But while this is happening, Elias, you have the whole armor store to explore. Are you looking for something specific? Are you going to try and haggle with him? What are you up to?
Well, I mean, I'll pretty much just tell him that I'm looking for the light armor. I'm not specifically looking for anything fancy, but if it's there.
Well, if you want something shit, you can go to the shinobi. But they may actually be better suited. We do pretty heavy armors here. So I could work something out for you. Mm, let me see you. And he sort of comes over to look you over, see what might be able to fit you. And
Sorry,
yeah,
just
no, carry on.
before you invest too much effort, I don't have much coin, but I have plenty of items that I think might be a hit or miss. How much of it is interesting to you?
Oh, you wish to trade? I see. Are you in the same squad as Jerry over there?
I just nod my head.
So, will you be competing in the Genpuku?
Of course.
Well then, let's make sure to remember, tell them who you're wearing, and I think we can call it a deal. Lots of eyes on that ceremony.
Done deal.
Ah, I remember it like it was yesterday. Hold on, I'll find you some. And he starts going through some armors. You see, oh shit, that even the light hide samurai armor is medium.
I just looked it up.
So yeah, I mean, you've probably got the same. He's got pretty much everything. Though obviously not like artifacts and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But what are you? Is there something that you would like in particular? Are you just looking for like studded leather, or do you want to get some nice magical stuff?
If nothing else, then studded leather. But just looking on the Arena page, World Anvil page, it doesn't seem like there's much.
You'll see him pull out, and he goes, "Oh, fuck, is this doing here? This is in the wrong damn shop. I've got these the vestments of the bleak shinobi. I mean, not sure how much they'll help you, but they'll make you quieter if that's what you're looking for." And he just sort of throws them to the side. But those would give you. I'm not sure if it would give you much more armor, but if that's what you're looking to do, increase your AC. This seems to give you advantage on stealth checks, and you can cast darkness from it. It is definitely a shinobi thing, and in the wrong store. But maybe. Yeah, most of the light stuff just gives you kind of some advantages. You can get obviously like a +1, +2 kind of thing, but you got to let me know what you actually want for your character because he's got armor. I don't know what.
I think. Oh, Blake Shinobi is tempting.
You don't want to run around with a full plate armor? What the fuck? Come on.
I mean,
don't need to hear it from
typically,
the monk.
you could just use like a kimono. You'll see he has got some things that are like it's the kimono of the mountains, and you know things like that that do give you like the kimono of the mountains is actually pretty good. It lets you dimension door, and gives you a +1 to your AC. But there's kimonos are kind of the usual style, or you can get like a hakama that those are your light armors. It does have the D of shifting seasons, which is I think maybe someone else, Australia might already have one of those. Maybe not. Yeah, if you're looking for just basic armor, you'll be studded leathers like your basic best bet.
To be honest, the kimono of what was it? Shit. Kimono of Mountains is I think I would like to take that.
Fucking hell, another dimension door in the party.
So
Yeah, that actually means you'll probably be able to dimension door everyone if you guys work together. But anyway, yes, you see the kimono of the mountains. He will say, "All right, you want to look at another dress?" It's not at all a dress. It smells faintly of the mountain and is decorated with intricate patterns depicting tortoises and cherry blossoms. And while you're wearing it, you can use it to cast the Dimension Door spell as an action once per day. Then, when you disappear, you leave behind a cloud of smoke and you appear in a similar cloud of smoke at your destination. And the smoke lightly obscures the space you left and the space you appear in. So it dissipates at the end of your next turn, meaning that you basically, like, they don't know where you are after you've dimension doored. It's not obvious other than the smoke. Or that you're even gone. That's pretty sick.
yeah,
It's actually so fitting for Elias. I like that. And it gives you a +1 to AC.
oh fuck yeah.
And it's not technically armor, it's just a trinket, it's just clothing, so you could wear studded leather over that actually.
Ooh.
Oh no, I
It's
already.
not an armor.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
not an armor.
I already see what Elias is gonna do. He's gonna take the first armor and then he wears that kimono over it.
Yeah, the fucking bleak. Oh, shit, what was it?
It's the bleak shinobi.
Yeah. Seto, with your passive perception, your ears like twitch and you just like, sorry, what? Not armor, you say?
Not an armor, you say. Doesn't require attunement, you say.
We also have a kimono of storing, which it's literally it's like a bag of holding, but you can keep things in the sleeves.
You just pull out a polo.
Literally, that's what it's for. It's like many owners of kimonos of storing find them to be useful in dramatic ways to store weapons, wands, and because items are stored in stasis, even lit lanterns. So yeah, it
Oh,
Would you say
oh
I
my.
could store myself and hide in the kimono?
You would you would die after 10 minutes though.
it
Does it
is
say-
it can weigh no more than 20 pounds, and it must be able to be held in one hand. But with the snap of your fingers, you can just reappear it like out of the sleeve into your hand as a free action. And yeah, it stores things in stasis, so it sort of shrinks them into your sleeve so they can't be seen. It's pretty good for hiding things. Other kimonos, he's let's see, what else?
Is there a
Actually,
kimono?
why the fuck is he selling kimonos? These are supposed to be on sale at the festival. But yeah, he's got those two.
Those two? Hmm.
Well then. Well, Seto guessed it. Yeah, I'd like to take the two, and
Wait, the
if you
two?
would
Oh.
the two, like the kimono and the I forget.
And
the
studded
fine
leather,
color.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can absolutely. So you're getting the kimono of the mountain.
Yes.
All right. Then just double check. I think that that is a rare item. So yeah, that's not too bad. Picking like a legendary suit of armor, which is like he sells some pretty fancy like heavy armor, but you got a pretty good deal here, and some studded leather, which we won't question the reality of.
Just some good old studded leather.
Yeah, just some leather with holes in it. It somehow makes it stronger.
I just saw your fucking Demon Hunter kimono. Holy.
Yes, that June has it. There's another one. June has it. He stole it from, let's see, Sakura's mom. And I still remember the other one. I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, there was another one that was meant for Australia that has not come up again yet. We'll see. Maybe you can find one at the festival.
Can I
Yeah.
add those to my character sheet?
Yeah, I'm trying to add I've added the kimono, I think should be there, but you can add them on D&D Beyond, and then
I've done that.
yeah, I'm trying to add it. I don't know why.
I mean, I could just import.
That's most likely the quickest thing, unless you has a custom formula. Then you have to re-enable the custom formula, so it should remember it.
I can import it for you quickly if you've got them on your D&D Beyond sheet.
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay. Cool. So while that is happening, Estrella, you are at the library. You see the librarian, and she rolls her eyes a little bit and says, "Oh, you're back. Wonderful."
Yeah, I take the mimic has behaved, so I came here to, well, feed it. And also, while I do that, maybe you could find some book. Let's see, what could be... Do you have anything about Nyx, like their custom, like their what's called royalty, whatever, like their lineage, like who rules or something like that?
Nyx. Oh, you mean Shadowlands? Yes. We've got a whole section on the Shadowlands. It's actually right near where that chair is. So be careful. But I have some scrolls that Shadowlands royalty I might be able to find. So I'm afraid we don't have much information on that. Most of it doesn't make it back, or it makes it to the Crab Clan. I'll see what I can find. And yeah, you can make an investigation check if you want to go try and find some books on Nyx royalty. Yeah, I don't even remember how did we leave things with the mimic?
Basically, the deal was it wouldn't eat anyone. I would just have to give it like something to drink every time I was like in town. And since I have the alchemist job, that's not hard. And natural 20 on that and 25 on the investigation.
Yeah. Okay, so with a 25, you do find, as you go through the section and you realize you hadn't looked here the previous time, you go through some article on the Shadowfell, and there are many, I mean, on the Shadowlands, and there are many mentions of like royalty and of the King of Nyx. They are all just sort of legends and myths about him. There are many stories of how he fathered hundreds of children, they say, and somehow like how he once lifted a city from the ground and out of hell itself just on his own back. There are some ridiculous stories in there, quite frankly, but there are definitely many tales about the King of Nyx, though none of them mention him by name.
Oh, well, that's still interesting.
You do find a book that is written by a name you may recognize, and it is one of, I mean, as a player, you can tell me who might have written this book, but it is written by one of your siblings, and you can tell me which of Guck's children that was.
Oh, holy shit! There's many. Like, like now you ask, like, who could it?
Are any of them writers or authors or anything like?
God damn it! Now I have to look up like the family tree because.
Okay. Well, you'll find some good reading. So while you're in here, you can like in person, as Estrella's reading, you can look up as in that book. Yeah, you know what? A nat 20 and for a 25, you find in that book the known family tree, as it is everything that Child of Guk was able to uncover, and there is an entire family tree to start building off of. It is not complete, but it's probably similar to what you actually have for reals. And while you are looking into that, we will head over to June and Sakura.
The only one I can see is the one I for some reason named Bismarck. That is the only one I can think that is a rider. Other than one, but that would require a little bit since the birth year is 514 on the other one. But that is the only two I can think that is rider.
Yeah. So then, yeah, Bismarck is probably the one. Also, you know that this library, the books in here, they come from all over the plains, and like they could have come through time. You never know. So it's not really a reliable thing to rely on the source of the or like the author's names of these books. It's hard to find them, but this is definitely written by one of Guk's children. And we head over to June and Sakura as you guys are heading, I assume, around the side of Kinji's house. As I'll try and move you over there.
Hey.
I'll have to get rid of everything else, but yeah, what are you guys doing?
So I'm already in the spot. I'm assuming we're on the ground floor. So yeah, I take Sakura around to the. I'm assuming there's a balcony over there. I'll take her around to that side. Where the giant ass titan is.
Yeah, I don't know where Sakura is on the map. She's not. Why aren't you on the map?
Oh, she's not back because she stayed with her grandfather.
Oh yeah. Okay, but you should be on the map now. We're next to June over there.
Why is Sakura's mom Titan here?
She just, well, that's because the God of Time just was like, oh, you know what? You haven't fought her enough. We're just gonna bring her again.
So yeah, as you peer in through the window, you will see a sort of deconstructed upper torso of the Titan that you were pretty sure was lying outside of town. You can see that he's either deconstructing it or busy reconstructing it, but you can see this just torso sitting in the middle of the room up against the wall.
She looks
as June takes you to the window.
Yeah. So our commanding officer seemed to be doing his own thing with your Titan.
She looks angry. Could she fit it somewhere in a well, could she like take it to a demi-plane?
Sure, I don't know. What are the? You'll have to check the wording on that rule. It may say a creature that is huge or smaller or something. But this would be considered gargantuan. I think.
Yeah. Shadowy doors loud enough. Medium creatures. Fuck it. Yeah.
So between you and June, you know that both of you have ways of getting to that demi-plane. So you, that's like, I'm sure you're still a little bit salty, but it does occur to you that maybe together you might be able.
So how do you want to play this, Sakura?
I say I trusted him with it, but I really didn't.
I mean, the man is a bit of a snake.
You think? Do you think there's a way to get it to my demi-plane? Well, there
Well,
probably is, but more. Can you help me get it to my demi-plane?
I'm sure I can offer some assistance. I believe together we might be able to get there.
He nods.
Let's just hope us going to a demi-plane doesn't trigger Mr. Time God's annoyance thing.
Well, it's
Whatever you put in
technically not messing with time, you know? It's more just moving through space. Space and time are linked, I guess, but they're not the same thing.
Oh, I hope so. June's gonna try get the door open to get inside.
Okay, yeah, it is, as you said, on a bit of a balcony, and though actually, yeah, that door would definitely be locked. You can. Is there any way you can get through a lock?
Let me quickly consult my spells to see if I have anything that can just open it.
Well, I could always just disintegrate the door, you know?
That seems a bit overkill, Sakura.
Just use knock.
Don't have knock.
You-
Blind darkness, counterspell, dimension door.
Sakura has more violent spells. You know?
I mean,
Feels like meteor swarm.
you know what? We don't even need to open the door, and I just take Sakura and just dimension door with her inside.
Yeah, you do. I seem to be unable to move things tonight, so it's gonna open the door for you. You can move your own tokens inside there as I'll lock it behind you again. Yeah, that never happened. As you just jump into the room, and you can hear some faint music coming from the other side of the wall, as it seems like Kinji is home. He seems to have just gotten back and is looking over the guns again.
Mm-hmm. Is there like a small? Let me just quickly check something. Just want to check if I can do this. Is there like a little 1-inch gap underneath the door?
Yeah, sure.
Can I use my arcane eye to just, send out a little drone and have a look around where he is?
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely do that as you send this little eye throughout the house. What are you? You can give me an investigation check to see how well it goes. But what are you looking
I'm looking to see where Kenji is. I'm going to send the eye straight to the music to just keep an eye on him.
for? Okay, yeah, you go straight into the music room, which you've seen before, and as you go in there, you see the piano playing itself. The keys are just moving by themselves, and it looks like it's enchanted somehow.
Hmm.
But yeah, you can give me that investigation check to try and find.
Sure thing. Not great at investigation, but I'll throw an eye. Oh, you
wow.
son of a bitch. That was on 18 and then went to a 4.
So there's a bit of a Scooby Doo, like eyes going into every different room. Kenji's changing rooms, like right before and after you go in there. As you seems like maybe he's not actually in the house. You can hear like footsteps, and every now and then you pretty sure you hear him, but you can't find what room he's in.
Hmm.
Maybe he's just playing the piano and he's invisible.
Yeah, that makes a small sign. I'll just place the eye just outside of the door. So if he does come through there, I'll see him.
Yeah, you keep an eye. And Sakura, what are you busy doing while June is scouting the house?
Yeah, she's looking over the parts, seeing what's there, what's not.
You see, now that you've actually come in and you see it from the other side, you can see that the one half of its face has been like completely removed. You can see the cockpit inside, like where you would where the pilot would sit has been altered, probably to fit Kinji's dragonborn proportions. As you can see, there are modifications made for a tail to fit inside, because apparently Kinji's one of them dragonborns with the tail, and you will see that the side of the face, they've changed the metal structure to start making it look more draconic. So it's like it's trying to change that feminine face into a dragon head.
Yeah, she has to get this thing out of here now.
Alright, I can't find Kenji anywhere at the moment, but I'll see. I'll let you know if he's gonna come into the room. What do we need to do to get to Demiplane?
Does she know how to work with June to get this gargantuan thing to the demiplane?
Well, I mean, you've got your spells, and you've each got your own sort of abilities. So you let me know what you want to try, and maybe we'll put it down to a roll. Maybe it'll just work because you've got the magic. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you can get creative with it because you guys have got those like with the mist stuff doesn't exactly have mechanics, but you can get creative with it. You understand how it works.
Does June by any chance have enlarge reduce?
No, unfortunately not.
I think we're both kind of slightly aggressive casters.
You think? Guess we can just try combine our powers and work together. You know, yin and yang style.
True, that could work. But what would we cast?
I mean, I have my mist abilities.
Maybe if we use your mist abilities and my demiplane in sync, something will happen. I don't know.
We can try. We can try perhaps connect our minds to work together better.
Yeah, we both have telepathic abilities that could work.
Yeah, you can absolutely try that. Sorry, I just was looking for a fusion name.
Well,
Would you like to? How are you going to try and link your minds together?
I got my awakened mind, so I can speak telepathically. I'm hoping, because I'm very high level now, that I can kind of create a link to her.
And I have telepathy, just telepathy.
Okay, yeah. So I will say, as you guys are trying to work together and use these sort of opposite forces that you both control in conjunction with one another, you can both make an Arcana check with advantage.
Excellent.
And then, yeah, Sakura, this will be a use of your me plane, if that's a spell or.
Hey, be in sync.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so
Yeah. Two brain work better than one.
so with that, as yeah, you guys tell me what it looks like as you teleport this thing away as you all disappear and reappear in Sakura's demiplane. What does the magic look like that takes away this massive?
I think the mist would start coming out of Jin and it would go along the floor and begin creeping up the Titan.
What color is your? Would you say your magic is?
Well, the mist is just mist, but most of the time it's like a dark purple color.
Okay, and hers is like a pink color.
As this pink and purple just swirling around the room, you'll hear a key in the door as there is a rattling, but just as you disappear, you just hearing this in the background, um, and through your arcane eye, you see Kinji just approaching and beginning to open the door. But as you disappear, the arcane eye goes with you. As the I'm pretty sure the range gets cut. Can you just leave it
Yeah, it's max. Let me check.
there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not on the same plane. I mean, you moved to a demi plane, so
Okay, so
um,
yeah, you can't enter another plane of existence while it's cast. So yeah,
yeah, it pops out, but it looks like Kenji probably walked in seconds after you guys left. Might have seen a bit of pink and purple mist, but that would be about it. As the Titan is gone, and you have got it in the demi. Sorry, say again.
I wanted to see his reaction. Darn.
Yeah, that like you start seeing it, but just as he's about to react, cuts. Like you can. It was definitely he was going to start swearing. You know that much, but you've got it here, and the the satisfaction of having swiped it right out from under his nose, as you both reappear in the demiplane. I'm I'm not going to move us over to the map just for simplicity's sake, but
No. Can
you are you taking it into a specific room or just into the main?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you can make a room with a very big door.
Well, the doors from in here are all sort of the same, but yeah, you would be able to get it inside. Door would be bigger on the inside than it seems on the outside. And are you just creating like a storage room for the Titan, or are you making something specific?
I think she might actually try and make like a workshop kind of thing, kind of inspired by Jerry's kind of workshop. Because she does need to fix it now.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's just half a Titan that you've got here. So, yeah, you create a nice little workshop based on the ones that you've been in recently and that you've seen around, and it is you've got your own little like smithy workshop here. As yeah, you guys have got the Titan. Are you going to stay there, or are you going to go meet back up with the others?
I think we should meet up with the others again.
Yeah.
She does need to help people with swords.
Yeah, as we just, I'm sure we just look over the Titan to make sure everything's there that needs to be, that's important.
Yeah, you see, it's missing its legs, which are pretty important. It's missing quite a few vital things that will need to be rebuilt. But Sakura, you also find that the room has produced a little arcane enchantments manual that is just like your own notes manifesting themselves. That is to help you in the blacksmithy, but might help you with your friends as well. So you have some work to do. You might be able to find, the rest of the parts were there before when the Titan was running around, so they must be somewhere.
Yeah, they'll look for them another time.
Okay.
Okay.
She gives Juna a nod of thanks.
Yeah, June makes for the Beans making it for the door. Wait, do we even need to go through the door?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think we just teleport back.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit flimsy with rules on how getting to and from this place goes, but yeah, we'll see. You can just step back through the mist, and as you open that door, you can open it back out into Toto.
We're powerful spellcasters. It's fine. We can just hand wave it.
Yeah, you opened a door from Toto to the place. It's not a massive leap to just walk back through the door the other way, and shift it a little bit so it's not right in Kinji's house anymore. You put it a few blocks over and pop out right outside the smithy, where you can see Seto glistening with sweat as he's finally finished forging this part of the blade, and Elias seems to be walking out in a fancy new kimono. So you guys are all there. Estrella, are you still studying there, or are you going to take some books to go?
I'm gonna grab that book.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you take that one, and you will be able to. Are you going to rejoin the others?
Yes. After all, I mainly went there for keeping the promise to the mimic and for knowledge.
And that you have done as you rejoin them at outside the One Eye Smithy. Everyone is back together there. Yeah, Jerry and Seto, you guys are waiting for Sakura, and there she is. You guys, what do you want to do?
Start with the coating.
What does that mean? What are you saying to
Yeah.
Sakura?
Sakura, get on with it.
Yeah, use your
That's
magic.
rude.
He could always be like, Sakura, get over here!
Scorpion.
Well, I mean, what do you want me to do? Can't just do magic. You have to have something that you want me to do specifically. Because sure, I can enchant a sword, but what do I enchant it with? Do you want it to do fire, or just be more
Just
likely
use-
to hit? Or
Yeah, just more likely to hit.
okay. Does she actually know how to do that?
Yeah, you just happen to have picked up a scroll with instructions on just how to do that, actually.
Okay. And she'll do that despite them being very rude.
That wasn't rude.
You just unfurl the scroll here in front, and
Yeah, I'll start covering the blade with like, clay and charcoal powder. My hands are all
Okay.
sticky now.
you please also read us the mechanics. I don't have them open.
Oh, it's just Arcana check. That's it. I haven't. It's no check from me. Just Arcana check from whoever is imbuing
Just
it with
straight
magic.
Arcana. Then
Yeah.
then Sakura, you can make your first Arcana check for Jerry's blade that he's just prepared, and good
I
God,
think that's pretty decent.
It's a +3 now.
this weapon is now going to be legendary. It is this blade after you have coated it is just like the most immaculate thing. What does it look like as you turn this into a legendary blade? So
She probably like you know those like creepy scenes where like people just had like their hands above it and their eyes closed and they're like saying stuff, I guess. Like she has that and some kind of pink magic swirls around and gets absorbed into the blade. Blade that doesn't mean the blade is pink. But yeah.
You see, like, just sort of drifting over the walls and just through the air, cherry blossom petals kind of floating down over as the spring is beginning, and they sort of swirl around Sakura for a moment as the blade is completed. You have got yourself a +3 blade, Jerry.
Badass.
No Seto.
No pressure for Seto's blade.
And then Elias just like watching, not knowing anything about either magic or forging, just seeing a lot of pretty things.
Yes, the flowers are part of the process. It's in the manual.
Very important.
Dramatic flair is a tactical advantage.
Does Seto have proficiency with Arcana?
I have no what?
I don't know, maybe you can like give advantage if you had it. I don't know.
Dude, I'm a monk.
So
You could always be a magic monk.
there's just monks subclass specifically for those things, I'm pretty sure.
Perhaps a little bit of guidance, and I cast guidance to give her a D4.
Another Arcana check.
Yeah.
You get another D4 to it.
Oh my.
Okay, I'm gonna use a reroll thing. Not automatic.
And here comes
So
an
Sakura, as you-
one.
A D4 ain't gonna help that, I'm sorry.
As you try it again, Sakura, as you start trying to summon
Roll the
the
D4.
blade sort of like lifts up and then just shatters, and you're like, oh shit. And rewind and try it again for a 17, really?
You know, I'm just gonna I'm gonna take a level of exhaustion, and get a nat 20.
What?
That is not how it works. It is basically that is.
I can't destroy Seto's sword. It needs to be a good sword.
Your roll is not even a magical, technically. Yes, a minimum of 20. Make it an uncommon blade without any like buff bonuses to hit.
Let me. No,
It's technically not magical.
So what is the thing that the taking exhaustion? What mechanic is that?
Convergent feature. Oh shit. No, it is an ability check. You can use a reaction to ignore the die roll and decide whether the number rolled is the minimum needed to succeed or one less than that number. So she'll roll enough to make it, well, the minimum to make it a legendary blade.
No, that is not how it says. It says to succeed, but it does not say the intended effect.
Yeah, so depending on the level of success is what determines. So that's the thing, is you could use that to make it a magical blade, to get that minimum DC of 20, but you rolled so high that you made it legendary the first time.
She'll use her other chronal shift and reroll again. She's just turning back time over and over.
It uses up your reaction though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
True. It's not a special feature. It's
Yeah, with
fine.
D4 now. You still do D4. Okay, and I guess if June guide you again. 29 is one off, so it's a very rare blade +2.
Dang it. Let me see
If
I
you
have
can
the
do it,
option.
Sakura, we cannot do it, okay?
Okay. Well, I'll allow you to make that second chronal shift. You will see Master Katsuya just standing at the edge of at the end of the road, just shaking his head, looking at you.
Tusk.
And he like he puts
Coming
his
now,
hands up
no.
like, what did I just say? We just had this conversation.
He said that 6 seconds were fine. I asked.
That was more than 6 seconds you were manipulating there.
He just wags a finger at you, and then he like rolls his eyes and he laughs as he walks back off down the street. And Astray, you realize that the guy that just walked away again wasn't wearing a mask, but the guy you just saw introduce himself to Timo was, and you're not sure why he's still here. You thought you saw him leave. Very confused. But yes, you've made very rare. It's not quite as nice as the one that Jerry has got, but hey, you could always make a new blade if you want to really go for the legendary.
Well, if he fails the next check, he will have to make a new blade.
It's all up to Seto now.
So you guys going to continue your smithing? Oh, I forgot. You actually make that check before Seto for your second check.
He did. Oh, he
You
did
did
roll.
it. You got a 28. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. So you guys are both 2 checks in. Now it is about 11:15 in the morning. They have said that they want to leave basically as early as possible, but you know that doing another check would take another 2 hours. So it's up to you guys. What are you doing as Sakura has coated your blades and they are ready to be processed further, but everyone else is sort of standing around. Oh, and I forgot, Elias, you're supposed to get a tattoo, as that was one of the things he was supposed to mention. Daichi was going to order that you go and see the tattooed monks before you leave. But yeah, sorry, I just forgot to mention that.
No worries.
Time for you to get branded alongside us.
I hope this has no affiliation to the brand of sacrifice from that popular manga called this.
I sacrifice.
Well, what?
He's speaking of the brand. I can't remember the name, but it's Berserk.
Yeah, the brand of sacrifice from Berserk.
I've never seen or read Berserk, so I can guarantee you it's not.
Highly rated.
It just guarantees that you die and you're meant to be eaten by a lot of demons.
I mean, you could get one of those if you want.
I think I'll
up to
find
you.
it.
So you would know, Elias, you would know that tattooed monks of the Dragon Clan are quite famous. The Izazumi monks. The tattoos that the Shira wear, the sort of Yakuza style tattoos, it's a very similar thing. And you know that they can be imbued with pretty powerful magic. So I think maybe you might already have tattoos. I don't know.
Oh, I have none.
That is very surprising. I assumed not even regular one.
No. Oh, especially
wonder that-
not regular ones. I think tattoos look gross.
Yeah, you were part of the Yakuza. That's kind of a big thing.
Excuse you.
I could just say, like, I had a pin. Like a badge.
Yeah, well, that's not going to fly with Daichi. He needs you to have some ink, and
Okay.
there's some magical ink. So he has ordered you to go and see the tattooed monks before you actually go off. But yeah, what is everyone doing at this point? I mean, obviously, it's up to you whether or not you follow orders.
I'll go. I'll get a tattoo.
Tattoos do cool things as well. They're good for you. Make you stronger.
Yes, if
Cool,
he's
so you
getting a
can-
You
tattoo.
know how I feel about these magic. Fucking.
Is anyone going to show Elias where the tattoo parlor is, or is he going alone?
Elias needs someone to be teasing him, so I'll go with him.
It's better than Astrea, at least.
Yeah, also goes with you.
Fuck off, Astrea. I'm not
Man,
going
like,
to Astrea.
I mean, Astrea's not here, so.
who knows? Maybe I just have made like 500 clones. And clone number 469 is going with you.
Then I will kill your clones.
and the clone is immortal. You can kill it, and then it just wakes up.
Gods can die.
Yeah, if he's going to get a tattoo, I will put in another 2 hours on the blade. I don't know, will we have time to work the festival on the blades?
Yeah, you will. You might not have great facilities, but if you can, you specifically would know where to find some good facilities.
I guess because he's going to get it. How long is it? I assume it's not 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how big the tattoo is. Based on what I'm hearing now, it'll probably be 2 hours to get the tattoo. They're also making crafting checks. So,
Then yeah, I will keep working here for 2 hours.
okay, you're staying at this fort. But just to
Yeah, I'm
confirm,
here. Yeah, I'm here.
yes.
Sorry.
You're staying at this fort.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Seto, are you also going to continue trying to forge your blade?
Me and Jerry are finishing it probably until the evening, hopefully.
Well, yeah. So the next 2 hours, then we'll say you guys continue work on those blades, as you can each make that. Straya and Sakura, what are you guys doing?
Sakura, she'll just stay with Sato and just chill. She doesn't really have anything she needs to do right now.
Okay. You know that your big test is coming up. This will be your last chance to do anything in Toto. So
Yeah, it was
if you want to do
instead of-
anything,
No.
And I didn't take his proficiency, so
It didn't take my strength.
uh,
I can give the 6, but I'll just change the stats so it will be my score.
what does that make it? Like a 30?
28.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, 10 plus 12, 26.
I can't fail with a nat 1, dude.
26.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous how strong he is. But Seto, you're keeping up. You've also, both of you have completed the next step. What is the next step, by the way? I really need to open that.
It's
Curving.
basically
Quenching it.
it's a quench. It's the most important process, basically.
Oh yes, that's the fun part. I see why Sakura was sticking around to watch. So yeah, as you guys, you both go and you making these things sort of in unison, as there's definitely enough room to work here, and sort of helping each other out where you can. Both of you quench your blades, and you have got some damn fine craftsmanship there, as yeah, both of your blades come out looking beautifully curved. Are you putting any sort of extra flair into them?
Yeah. Wait a second. I mean, I have the pictures.
Yeah, I mean, send those through. I mean, it will now go to the stage that you'll probably be able to find better craftsmen at the festival than around here for all the other like attachments and handles and things like that, for mounting the blade. But at this point, you have you've curved it nicely.
Try to find
Yeah,
it.
that's
Okay.
basically the last step for the bladesmith. So it now
Yeah,
just needs
there's
to be
another check at
polished.
the end after we add all the attachments and everything. Then there is another check. So it's probably at the festival, at least for me.
Okay, yeah, and Seto, yeah, that perfect. You see that Damascus pattern just throughout, as you guys have your blades ready to be polished. And we will go on to Elias, who I hope you were looking up tattoos.
I was trying to find them. I cannot.
Just search tattoo.
What?
Yeah, they should just be under tattoo.
Tatao.
We'll check you've got your homebrew and everything switched on, which I imagine you should.
Oh, on D&D Beyond.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking through World Apple.
No.
No, you don't find that, but you can find the family tree.
No.
Yeah, there are loads of
Perhaps.
tattoos. There are everything from tattoos that hold spells to tattoos that can like
Oh,
give you
holy
extra
shit.
reach. There is ghost step tattoos. There are coiling grasps, everything. But basically, depending on the size of the tattoo, you'll be able to get like different rarities. So like your barrier tattoo is very rare, or you can get a very rare one, which I think gives you more AC.
18 AC.
So you can
Pick
use
up
a
that on
tattoo
that.
as armor. Yeah.
I did not know this.
So yeah, a very rare one takes up 2 limbs or your whole upper back or your chest. I can't imagine Elias of all people getting a chest tattoo. That like,
Yeah.
he's gone through his whole life in the Yakuza without getting tattooed. Then first thing he gets is a big chest tattoo. But yeah, you can have a look at those as you will arrive at the tattoo parlor with June, and June, you'll see the familiar monks sort of lined up on either side. Each one of them has got a strange looking needle device next to them that it seems to have a vial. And June, you remember what happened last time you were here, and that vial is empty. But yeah, the little bamboo sort of needles. And
Yeah,
in the
you
back,
just go up to them.
there are the curtains that hide the master who sits behind them. But it doesn't seem like any of them are working at the moment. They're all just sitting patiently waiting for customers.
So, I assume is the tattoo I'm mandated to get just like can it be any tattoo or is it a specific its own thing that's just says like, hey, I'm a part of this clan?
Yeah, so your first
Okay.
one is basically like a loyalty tattoo, but it is you can get anything. It is up to you. The rest of the party, like you'll see, a lot of them had blue dragon tattoos, and that is something that is to signify someone who has killed the son of Daichi. It is like a tattoo of shame more than it's like to show that they are like owned by Daichi kind of thing. But because you haven't done anything of note yet, uh, like that they know about, you can get anything you want.
Awesome. Oh
I
god,
think
I
did I
can't
give you
remember
guys a limitation on the actual like tattoo you can get?
The first one was a common one.
Yeah, the first one was uncommon to the level. Then the second one, I think we could take. Yeah, that's a good question. Let's see, the second one. Oh yeah, that was rare though because I didn't have one before. Because I picked the common one, then I got to pick the very rare one. That was the thing.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean those mechanics were also for at a lower level. You guys are insanely powerful right now. I don't think it will make that big a difference. Um, you I mean, you guys can also go and get more tattoos if you were so inclined. But for yours, Elias, you can choose any of them. I mean, you can explain it to them later if they have any problems with it. But what are you looking at?
I'll probably actually just grab a Illuminator's tattoo.
Okay, yeah, is that the one that lets you write?
Yes.
Very cool. I will say, because you are being very generous in taking one of the actual, like, not one of the crazy
I mean,
game-breaking ones.
it is very useful for Elias. He's not usually carrying around a pen for his message of paper fucking birds.
Well, what I am going to say is that how big do you want to get?
Um, not too big.
So you've got the if you open the tattoo, you should be able to see the rarity versus area covered.
Yeah, but I'm just not sure what difference it makes, whether it's common, uncommon, rare, very rare, at least for this one specific.
One hand, a foot, or a quarter of a limb.
Well, no, I know.
Well, I will tell you what the difference is. That's why I'm asking how
Oh.
big you want to get it, because that'll determine. There isn't a mechanic for it, but I've got extra mechanics that I'll give you something special. But just tell me how big you want to get the tattoo, and then I'll tell you what you get for it. The bigger the better.
I'll go just down the middle. Just a tattoo that snakes from the tip of my finger, tip of Elias's fingers, just up to his shoulder. So I think that does it count as a limb or just half a limb?
That would be a limb from
Okay.
from head to shoulders, the full limb. But half
Yep.
limb's like just your forearm, kind of, or just the upper arm. So think of like a
Gotcha,
video game character creator. And what are you going to try and get?
I think it'd be styled just as if it's like just a reserve of ink to write with. So before anything, it would just look like a bar that has limited, like a health bar. I could just go down.
Okay, so yeah, as you go and sit with these monks, you will see he will start to apply the tattoo, but he is just going to be poking on one spot continuously, and you will see with each poke, it's like it draws blood from you, but the ink starts to spread onto your skin, and you will see that this magical ink begins to take shape itself as it just like animates itself and begins to flow over your arm and create a design all the way down. And you'll see that the ink forms these like waves in a very like traditional Japanese style as it makes your way down the arm and creates quite an intricate and beautiful design as it takes what you were imagining and just to the next level. It seems like this guy's a very good artist, but as he is doing it, you you notice that the vial is every time it is drawing blood from you, it is filling up that vial, and you sit here for a good 2 hours as he just goes on the same spot. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, just for the
Oh
pain.
god.
I will mention June is annoying him this whole time. It's like, are you sure you want to get a tattoo? It's permanent, you know.
Well, actually, to be fair, the description says they're not because technically, if you unattune to wait, no, these ones aren't attunement. Never mind.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
permanent.
Yeah, that's why there is existing the one that has no attunement.
He doesn't know that.
I'm just like talking to June. Just if I really want it gone, I think I'd probably rip it out, even if it's not the best course of action.
You realize you can't just rip out a tattoo, right?
Yes, you can. I'm not even kidding. Maybe not magical ones, but in real life, you can just rip out a tattoo. It is not a good idea.
You see the monk sitting there, like, stop tattooing for a second and just look at you horrified. It's like, don't do that, sir.
Oh,
Please.
of course, of course. If I wouldn't have come here in the first place. Don't worry, my friend.
Yeah, he's like, for your own sake, really. I mean, I think I'd give up being a monk if I saw someone do that. What the hell?
Seems like really fucked up, Elias. Are you sure you're okay?
I
Nope.
just had a character. I need to find the Twitter post.
Well, at the end of this 2 hours, you will have quite a nice Illuminator's tattoo, and because you got the rare one, you will also gain a feat that I will post. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my god! Fuck no.
Actually, I'll put a spoiler on it in case you don't want to see it.
I'll put a spoiler.
I don't like the description of anything. That's just nasty.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like just the nightmare of like the
That made me
hangnail.
shiver the first time I read it.
That I've got a new finishing move. Uh, next boss monster is just gonna do that. Pull your tattoos out. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what this is, what the feat, how it's worded, but I will send it to you after the game, as you will have an endless paper supply.
Fuck yeah.
This tattoo will be able to produce uh, sheets of paper that can be used for paper bombs, for paper birds, for all kinds of ninja tools. It is a tattoo that they have perfected here for the shinobi, and you now have an endless paper supply.
Holy shit, this is elite.
I know to some people that might not sound like much, but that'll be pretty dangerous, especially if you end up getting a sword, because that might have some extra little thing.
Wait a second.
Um,
Endless paper supply, so you can just drown people in it.
I don't. The logistics
Buy
of that
1,000
might
paper
be
cuts.
Just give them a paper cut. It's the most awful thing you can do.
Paper machine gun.
I mean, I can totally picture as like a finishing move, just summoning all this paper and just like death by 1,000 cuts, just controlling them. Because there are going to be some cool jutsu that will work with as well. And I will say, you guys are all going to get some jutsu with the daisho weapons that you're going to be using. So if there is anything in that jutsu compendium that you really want, let me know. But otherwise, I will be choosing them just based on your characters so far, and because what will happen with these daisho is that once you actually get them and attune to them, they are going to take on properties of their wielder. So they kind of enhance your abilities, and they're going to give you some cool new toys to play with. But like I've seen, the one that I've been making for Jerry is just it's too beautiful. There are combo moves you can do. There are all kinds of crazy shit. So
Why do we find
and the only jutsu, sorry, for the weapons, one thing is that the only jutsu are the buki jutsu. So it's only the weapon jutsu that you'll be able to apply to the blade. The other ones you will get access to, but through your rings at the end of your training. But we'll get to that. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Quickly, where would we find the jutsu compendium that you mentioned?
Didn't I send a link? I've probably sent it ages ago. I'll resend it in the chat after the game. Just remind me. But yeah, it's like a free thing you can download online, so should be easy to find.
Maybe Sakura should try and find a daisho that she's proficient with.
Well, that's the other thing I wanted to say, is that even with yours, even though you're using a family blade, I'll add those things if you're taking them as your daisho, because it'll be part of the activation process of it, not necessarily the crafting of it. Like the blades you're bringing are the blades you're bringing. The blades that like Jerry and Seto are making, they won't be imbuing it with those powers, but they are going to get them once it becomes their daisho. that's also why I'm like, Elias, please get that dragonfly blade. It'll be so cool.
Sorry?
Please get dragonfly blade. It would be so.
Oh
sick.
fuck yeah!
I've even got like dragonfly flavored jutsus that like it's perfect for that blade. But now you've gotten your tattoo. It has been it's been an hour and a half. I will move it forward so that it has been a full 2 hours. But is there anything else you guys want to do in Toto while you are still here?
I don't think June has anything to do.
Oh,
Just quickly, I'd like to ask about making the dice show. That is something I have to do like myself, right? Or can I just make someone?
Yeah, I mean, because of the confusion, I can say that we can retroactively say you ordered one when the others did as well, if you want. Yeah, because making it, is Elias any good at blacksmithing?
No.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so. So I think it's just Jerry and Theta that are making their blades, but we can assume that you ordered one from the same smiths that are making the other half of your die show, which is the pistol.
Okay, awesome.
So, yeah, you can, as I said, you can still pick up a rifle if you want to just have one, or if you want to have ordered a sword that turns into a rifle or something crazy, we can discuss that. But
Gunblade.
but please do let me know during the week, and not like on next Saturday. Like, let me know as soon as you guys can. You might not see them next week already, but just let me know as soon as you can once you have a design. I sent a thing to Jerry that may be an easier way to frame everything, because there's a lot of like only the things with a gold value in that creating your die show list are the things you can actually like accessorize with. But everyone should have a look at that, even if you've already got a blade, because we're going to be customizing the blade further. So just let me know what you want and what fits your character. And that app making a sword is just sickest thing for designing a sword. Like I don't know if you guys don't enjoy making a sword in that. I don't know why you're playing this game.
it's called the Samurai one. It is. Let me see. It is. Yep. The link to it is in the pin. It is the third pin.
Just careful not to click the buy button, because it's an app for a company that makes katanas, and they've got the greatest visualizer. I was so happy when I found that. It's like, holy shit! I was busy. I'd of course found it after I'd written the entire like explanation of how to craft it, but whatever. You can make a design there and then just take a screenshot and send it to me, and that can become your sword. And also for the jutsu, there are very cool Sakura based jutsus because it comes from Naruto, so there's a bunch of like perfect things.
Nice.
Okay, Bunshin. That's what we need.
Not Sakura's, not the character Sakura's actual jutsus. Those, ironically, I don't think would fit with Kate's character at all. But
Yeah,
there are a few that are like chakra blossom slash and shit like that. That it's like, oh my god, you can use the cherry blossoms as a weapon.
Oh, that's cool as fuck. I feel like it's also really cool that she can kind of turn into a sakura tree. Like, she could use her own blossoms to do that.
Well, you'll get access to wood jutsu, which I've actually been watching Shippuden and found out that that's a thing, and I'm like, oh, cool. It's exactly what I've been trying to describe.
Isn't that only the teacher? You know, the dude.
No, it's got Shirama, the second Hokage.
Yeah, and there's the one captain that has that ability because he has
true.
his cells, and I'm like, oh my god, this story is too similar to what I've. So yeah, there's some cool. Naruto is very flavorful for this game, but we'll get into that. I think you'll like what I've got prepared for each of you. But as I said, If there's something specific, I'll send the link after the game, and you can let me know.
Oh,
But for now, last chances in Toto. Anything you want to do before you go and meet up with the rest of the army?
Yes, I already has plans.
um,
Let's see. I have two things I want to do. First thing is, you said that the God of Time showed up again.
Yeah, just briefly.
Okay, briefly. Well, that's fine. Well, then we just gonna scratch that. And then I'm gonna go to the tattoo parlor because I want a tattoo. One tattoo. And it's just a common one. I'm pretty sure it's common.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we could say, I mean, we hadn't determined where you were while Elias was getting his, so you could get one around the same time. Over that same 2 hours. What are you trying to get?
Oh man, like. At first I was like, oh, do I really want to be greedy and just make myself fire immune? But then I was like, oh shit, that's very rare. Nope, let's not go for that. Let's instead go for the plant one, which is just the Spellwrath tattoo with a level 1, which is the with the Find Familiar spell in it. That is all.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. So I'll say if you're doing a Find Familiar tattoo, they would tattoo the creature, like an image of the creature, and you would be able to pull the tattoo out into an actual live creature.
That's fine. Then what I'm gonna have on the back of my hand is just. Now you know what? Can you actually tattoo in the what's called the hands? You know, like the palm.
Yeah.
Because then
Might be a bit trashy, but,
Well-
but sure.
well then fine. Just gonna tattoo a fox.
Okay. So you're just getting a little fox on your palm that can also give me a fun save, as getting a tattoo on your palm must be uncomfortable as all hell. I can feel my palm just tingling just thinking about it. I don't even have any tattoos.
22.
Handle it like a boss. It's a very cute fox that you are now able to basically shoot a fox out of your hand. Don't want to
Fox gun.
set that off accidentally.
Man, it's not like I'm gonna be just having cards and just be throwing them and they explode. And then I have a trench coat.
Hey, I mean, I wouldn't mind some X-Men being involved.
I'm pretty
You
sure.
never know,
I know there is a rogue subclass that is like that.
Yeah, I imagine that could be quite fun. Actually, you may see some interesting techniques similar to the X-Men in your game Puku, but you have managed to get a tattoo in the same time, and that we've actually gotten to the end of those 2 hours as everyone has finished with their blades and their tattoos. Anything else you guys want to do?
I'm tempted to give Sakura another just because I really like tattoos.
Oh no.
But I think when Jerry is done with his sword, she'll go and ask him for a favor. Hi.
Hi.
It is
Right
wrong.
here the whole time.
Man,
Yes.
now just think about the bird one, hi!
So me and June, when we went to Kenji's house, well, she'll actually say this telepathically because people hearing you don't really want people knowing that you broke into Blue Dragonborn's house. He completely destroyed my Titan. It has no legs. He's fucked up the face, and me and June got it to my demi-plane, but I have no idea how to fix it. It's in a room with 4G kind of stuff, and I'd really appreciate it if, when you had free time, you'd kind of help me out or teach me how to tinker with it a bit.
How much is it similar to the Forge at the Tatum?
Pardon?
Like answer telepathically?
Let me
This
see.
is one way. Because I don't have telepathy.
Check features and traits. It just says you're able to speak telepathically as long as you have share language.
I'll just ask you, how similar is it to where we found Seto?
It's not as advanced, I think.
Then it won't work.
Oh. Well, I could always try and find a way to get it to that forge.
It will be extremely stupid. Just because you have it and you know how to fix it doesn't mean you should fix it. It's been 2 years of my life making them because I had no choice. It was the only way back. If I had a choice, I wouldn't have done that.
She nods.
Should probably get rid of it entirely.
Don't really know how to get rid of it, but you can rest assured that only really I haven't seen anyone except June get into my demi plane without my assistance.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
She nods.
So, you guys are nearly done? Z asks as she's just standing next to the smith having a smoke. It seems like she went off to get some supplies. She said, I bought some healing potions. Hope we won't need them, but I mean, you know, just in case.
I will. Where would I buy like supplies for spells?
Depends. You could go to the jeweler if it is fine stuff.
No, it's teleportation circle.
That would be the
So you
same
can-
place, I'm pretty sure. Because that's
can
where
find
June
some
got
chalk.
it.
Are you looking for chalk? What do you need?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I need. Let's make sure it's in like 200.
Yeah,
GP.
you've got. You can 200 G.
Let me make
Wait, sorry.
sure.
What does it say? The component?
Yeah, I'm reading 1 second. Oh, rare chalk with infused precious gems for 50 GP.
I'll say you can pick up a piece of chalk here at the smith that that one eye uses for creating the armor and stuff like that. He's got good chalk. You can
Sure.
easily find a piece of that. I'll say you can pick up 4 without him getting annoyed with.
I don't think I can use it. The scroll 4 times. I think it's 1 time use.
Yeah, but Estrella made this, so if I'm just saying there are 4 available.
Oh, okay. I'll take 4.
well, yeah, maybe save them for later. As we can assume you've got the components. Anything else you guys want to try and pick up, or like I don't know, rations or anything? I will say at this point, I know we haven't spoken about rations at all, but um, they will be bringing basic stuff, and there'll be plenty of stuff to eat at the festival. Lots of things to buy there as well. So if you want to do shopping, that might be a better spot. But if you want to do any last minute things in Toto, say goodbye to anyone, do anything like that, let me know.
Might be a good idea to say goodbye to a Ji-san.
Okay. You're going to head over there to say goodbye?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, you head over. It is around lunchtime. When you get there, is anyone else going with her or doing anything else?
June would be tempted, but it probably doesn't want to see her. So
I'll just wait where we're supposed to, like where the army is about to march from.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. There you go and in the army, and you can see there is another squad there that is already they're all assembled and ready to go. That seem to be the other competitors from the Blue Dragon clan. It seems like you're not the only squad competing for them, but you see they're pretty tough. You recognize some of them from Satsujinki's school, but they all just like stare at you as you arrive, and you hear them muttering that you clearly like their sort of in-house competition.
I think I'm gonna try to see if I can find the what was his name? The dude who died.
You go
Timo.
back to yeah, you go back to the school where you last saw him, and it seems like he and his teacher have left for the day. You don't find them anywhere around. Take a look around the city, and it seems like they are not here.
Oh well, then better meet up with the army not to be late.
What? Can I just ask a question, DM?
Yeah.
What was the? Was it Toto where we saw the big giant dragon enclosed in the like circle or whatever, like in
No.
in a jail?
You
No,
think
that was
mountain?
Taton.
Oh, Taton.
Yeah, I've mixed them up so many times myself. That was the Crane clan at the museum.
Oh, okay. Well, Seth would then proceed to accompany Sakura. They have some business unfinished, so I'd probably go with Sakura.
Okay.
She's on the way. She'll apologize for not doing well with your sword.
I'll just laugh. It's just a sword.
She nods.
Yeah, you still made a +2, like very rare blade. That's still a pretty good one. June and Elias. Sorry, I didn't hear where you guys are going.
I don't have anything I really want to go, but I do want to talk to June.
oh yes.
Oh, I thought. Oh,
I've
yeah. So, well, I'd just like to ask, do you have scrying?
I do indeed. What for?
May I ask a favor?
Yeah, go for it. Who do you want me to spy on for you?
Do you remember the one we let go when Shira tried to take my head again?
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yes, Cleopas. And, well, there's a reason I took his hair. I don't actually care about humiliating him.
So you would like me to square on him?
Yes. Just wanted to know how he's doing.
Yeah, sure, I can definitely do that for you.
Thank you.
I mean, we can probably do this while we gain your tattoo. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So June will take 10 minutes to cast scrying.
Okay, yeah, you can post the scry in the chat, but you have definitely using the hair that'll make things much easier and make your roll. So this is the guy you sort of sent back in as a double agent, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's a he needs to make a, I think it's a wisdom save. Let me quickly just find it.
Yeah, it's wisdom.
Where is my scrying here? There it is.
Wisdom against the caster's DC, as I recall.
Yeah, and I feel like Cledopus would have a -10, and I mean, June, you've met him, right?
I've met him, yeah, but I don't. Do
You
you have
don't
a
know
body
him
part,
well.
lock of hair, bit of nail, or a likeness of
Yeah.
him?
I took his hair. Yes.
Oh, perfect.
That's
Yeah, that's what
remarkable.
he handed to you there.
Oh
As
yeah, he did.
yeah, so you can absolutely with the -10, you absolutely open up this scrying. And Elias, because it's June, you'll be able to see this as well as it appears in the book
Oh,
if she's showing it to you.
Yeah.
That kind of animates much like the ink is animating onto your skin. It animates over the page, and you will see a familiar sight to you, Elias, of Kunasa, and you will see him walking down the street, and you just see beads of sweat like dripping down his head. You can see that he is walking out of the out of Shira's actual um, uh, like actual headquarters, where the big boss is, and that is not usually somewhere that people of his level are allowed. And you can see he's like sweating bullets, but as he is walking out, he makes his way straight out onto the harbor, and he goes towards a ship. And uh, June, you would recognize, I'm not sure if Elias met him, but you probably know him, Captain Baishiro, the person that helped you out with the ship. You see him going up to him and talking to him, and it seems like he's talking to him about some kind of escape, like a way out of Pinasa.
Oh, so he's running or something.
It seems like he's looking for a way out. It doesn't look like he's actually like leaving, but it seems like he's talking to Baichiro about potentially getting on his ship. He's asking him when he's leaving the port and how long he'll be gone for, things like that.
would the captain give him like a general date when they could leave?
Yeah, he'll tell him that he'll be back in port after the festival, and then they'll be going to Arania for the Great Games later in the year. So he wants to leave right after the Spring Festival. It seems like that's when he agrees he could take him. So as soon as the Gempuku is over, Baichiro will probably be heading back there, and if this guy is going to make a run for it, he'll get on the ship then.
Hmm.
But
This
you
is
also you can
unexpected.
give me an insight check as you see this guy, and as to try and figure out also why he looks so nervous and whatever, because if he'd given away too much information, he'd probably
He'd
be dead at this point. Yeah. So you can see it seems like he probably has done what you've expected of him. Like he's probably lying, but he's worried that he's gotten caught in this and is looking for a potential escape route. But it's hard to say whether or not he has been caught.
Disappointing, but I mean, hey, he can leave if he wants to. He's just going to miss out on a good bit of money.
So is that you've got the scrying orb there? Are you going to just keep watching over him?
Might as well. I mean, if I'm sat there getting tattooed, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, I suppose it doesn't. You can move it around, but it's tracking him. So June, you're the one casting the spell. Are you going to do anything, or?
I mean, I don't really have a horse in this race, so I'm just showing it to him. It's last 10 minutes, so I guess we can just watch for 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys watch that as you get your tattoos, and then when you are done, and I think you might have even chatted to the others and stuff, as Seto and Sakura head off to Oji-san, and Jerry is head off to the rest of the army. And now I suppose Australia would be with you at this point as well, because she also just got a tattoo. Where are you guys going to head off?
Personally, I'm completely good now.
Yeah, I have nothing else to get from you, so let's go meet up with Jerry. I'm sure he's waiting for us.
Cool. Yeah, you guys.
Before we go, on our way back, as Sakura does the entire thing, as we're walking, Seto would just ask Sakura, you know that I know that you have something that can help us forget?
She looks at him, says, "Why would you want to forget? Do you really want
Yes.
that to be our future?"
Yes.
I feel like if we forget, then we're trapped in that future. If we remember,
I did not say that you need to forget. I just said that I need to forget.
she
The
nods.
things we did there, they were disgusting. At least in my eyes.
She nods.
So can you give it to me or make it?
So you guys would you would have been able to have lunch with Oji-san as you sort of said goodbye to him. If you wanted to try and make a cup of that tea, you easily could during that.
Are you sure?
I wouldn't ask you if I wasn't.
She nods. And sighs. Okay. She'll make the tea. Do you know how
Oji-san
much
will.
it would to put in.
You'd know how. I mean, you know your way around. You would definitely be able to make enough for him. Your Oji-san would ask, like, "Oh, that smells interesting. What is that? Can I try some?"
It's Seto's specialty. It has weed in it. Yeah, it's
What?
it's
Seto looks at you and
hallucinogenic.
what the fuck?
She doesn't know how else to not get her Oji-san to drink it.
Yeah, but saying it's got weed in it as a 16-year-old, that's pretty not fucking smart.
He's quite taken aback. He goes, "Well, I don't know where you've been learning to make teas like that, young lady, but he goes off into the other room as you brew up a cup of this tea for Seto, and
Call after him. I don't drink it myself. It's just Seto needs help making it.
He's very
I'd better
stressed
not
out.
see you taking any sips of that. I'll watching. So, Sakura, are you going to drink the tea as well?
No.
All right.
She doesn't
Seto?
want that to be her future.
Could you, however, post the chat if you can, or let us know if there's a save or something required. But Seto, she brews you a nice fragrant cup of tea. Are you going to partake?
Just before he does, he'll roll his left sleeve and he'll grab one of his blades and he's just gonna cut a deep wound. And after that, he's just gonna drink the tea.
She looks a bit confused.
So he will. So will he when he wakes up.
All right. As you drink the 7 flavored tea of forgetfulness. That is the one, right?
I think so.
Pretty sure. It sounds like the one. You can please make a wisdom saving throw, although you can choose to fail. And oh wait,
Rip.
you sure that's the item I gave you? Oh God, Peter Sakura is an asshole. Seto, you can make a wisdom saving throw if you want.
No need.
So, you immediately and permanently forget all the events of your life. You remember your name and recognize people you knew as familiar faces, but you have no context in which to place them. This memory loss lasts until removed by a greater restoration spell or similar magic.
What have
You
you done,
still
Sakura?
know how I knew how to dose it.
And now you
That's just what the tea does.
And now, kids, the moral is don't do drugs.
Is that what I told you?
This
Sakura?
is amazing.
Please.
You wanted to forget, you forgot everything.
Oh God.
And that is where we will end tonight's session, I think. As
Sakura,
I may need to review the rules of that as well.
Rip bozo.
Who knows? You may need to try it again, but right now, Seto does not know why. What is going on? At least you're there at Oji-san's house. It's a nice, calm environment to lose all your memories.
Not
Thanks
effect
very
lose
much for
everything. The fuck?
You got what you want, but it got twisted.
There goes Seto's Keyhawk.
Your Oji-san walks through and sees Seto and is just like, "Oh my God, Sakura, that is really strong tea. you sure you're not something on that, are you? He's
Wait,
really
wait.
stoned.
I realize I did tell him about the future and say it, and she'll come clean to him.
And
Well,
she
yeah.
fucked up.
The panic of like, okay, I fed my friend edibles. He's freaking out. I don't know what to do. He says he forgot who he is. I don't understand. We will get to that next week as the rest of you prepare to march on to Nishizawa.
Oh. Oh my god.
Sucker, you fucked it.
Fuck off! I didn't try to fuck it up.
Didn't she say to like a very, very small dose?
Yeah, and I thought I did do a very, very small dose.
Yeah,
But
so
my magic
did
works.
when I gave you the tea, was future Sakura's explanation that you can use less of it to control how much you lose? Is that what I?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Okay, because
He said
then that's just I forgot I had added that in, so we can. Yeah, you overdosed it accidentally just because it's Oji-san's tea set you were using, and he likes his tea double strong, so it's enchanted to enhance the strength. He'll need a greater restoration to be cured, and then maybe you can try it again. But that was my bad. Apologies. But we are going to stick with it for now, and hope that Seto's amnesia is not the worst thing that's ever happened.
It's good that it has at least a caveat. Fucking great restoration. Could you imagine if there was nothing? Just no, you forget, gone.
Rip.
You need
There
a
goes
wish
character.
spell.
We have a wish spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. If anyone can fix this, it's it is Sakura.
Can
But-
Sakura just cast Greater Restoration with Wish? Technically, I'm
Yeah.
not sure how Wish works.
A greater restoration's not. I think that's like maybe 5th level at most.
50,
No,
yes.
it's not a wizard spell. That's why I'm asking.
Oh yeah, Wish would be able to replicate that. I think, unless, yeah. But I mean, you could definitely solve this with a Wish spell. there's ways. Though Wish is always one of those things that could go wrong. You might write a new history, and you promised you wouldn't fuck with time. So,
Just
Hey,
looking
quick
through the
question.
tattoos again.
Yeah, when you said that you didn't make the blades yet, does it include the blade I got from Ekron now?
yeah,
Like,
that'll be one of your. That's
okay.
your long sword, isn't it?
The great sword, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a long and a short in your show.
Oh, well, yeah,
is
it's
the-
the long one in the set.
Yeah, so that will also be one of those that gives you. That's how I'm going to Ekron flavor it. Sorry, I did say I was going to send that earlier in the week, but this week kind of went sideways.
Yeah, well, my sword also came in like late Friday instead of earlier.
That's all right. You're the only one that sent full description. I will send. Actually, let me send those links and things now before I forget.
Oh man. I'm just sitting here just creating swords because it's fun.
True.
I'm trying to find a different one because they don't have pink blades.
But the colored.
No.